welcome to another episode of the CISN Football Pregame Show. I am your host, Blake Walker. It is our final week of the CISN Football Pregame Show as we are in the Class 5A quarterfinals. If you win tonight, you're headed to Cedar Falls next week to compete for a state championship in the semifinals and then the finals if you make it there. We got a packed show ahead of us and a packed slate of games. 3 games on the docket tonight for the CISN Sports Network. We're ready for everyone to get going here this evening. We got coach interviews. We'll take a look at last week's matchups and much, much more. Let's jump right into what happened last week. Jumping in and taking a look at what happened last week across the state in Class 5A. We'll start out with the top. Southeast Polk defeats Linmar 49-9. The Rams are on to the quarterfinals. An easy win for Connor Robley and the crew. Linmar did not have a first down until the third quarter, almost late in the fourth quarter. Cedar Falls defeats Cedar Rapids Kennedy in the Unidome in a wild game. Kennedy got up 19-7 at one point, but could not rally back. Cedar Falls comes back and scores a late touchdown thanks to Drake Hellhaus on a screen play. The Tigers advance to the state quarterfinals. They will take on Southeast Polk tonight. Next pod to look at, Ankeny defeats Johnston 21-9. The Dragons do not get the same result as last season. As Ankeny gets their revenge from last season's postseason defeat, the Hawks are on to the quarterfinals where they will play Dowling Catholic, who takes care of business against Sioux City East, a 45-0 victory for the Maroons at Duke Williams Stadium. Pleasant Valley and Valley faced off for the second straight year in the postseason, and it's deja vu again. Valley goes on the road to Pleasant Valley and upsets the Spartans, handing them just their second loss of the season. A big game for Damon Head and a couple turnovers and a couple good draws for the wind, if you will. Valley defeats Pleasant Valley and is on to the class quarterfinals. Waukee holds off Prairie at Waukee Stadium. A little bit of a ground and pound type game for both teams. Waukee takes care of business and gets past the Hawks. They will take on Valley for a rematch. And then your last games, as it is Ankeny Centennial who defeats Waukee Northwest 35-7. The Jags get their first ever win over Ankeny Centennial, or the Jags get their first win over Waukee Northwest. It was all Centennial in this one. They hold Sam Johnson to under 100 yards on both the ground and in the air. And Bettendorf gets revenge on Iowa City High after losing to them just 2 weeks ago. Bettendorf comes out and defeats Iowa City High 32-21, and it will be Bettendorf taking on Ankeny Centennial in Bettendorf. We'll step aside and we'll be back with your coach interviews and much, much more. You're watching the CISN Football Pregame Show.
Hi, Joe the Car Guy, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car is on injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible, so bring it here to Westside Auto. I have the team of experts that can fix every automotive injury, whether it's a fractured joint, a broken part, or if your car just got its bell rung. We'll do a complete physical to make sure your car is game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get you back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging out there. Move it, move it, move it.
It's the DeArmond Ford Indianola Kickoff event. Score big on a new F-150 XLT with 3.9% for 66 months, plus $3,750 rebate. Get charged up with a Mach-E and lease for $449 a month. All Americans Ford Escape and Edge. New Edge for $399 a month flex buy. And the new Escape, 2.9% for 75 months, plus $500 rebate. Join our winning team at DeArmond Ford Indianola. DeArmondFord.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if this year is anything like last year, folks are going to be coming in early to get things for their houses. What you need is a high-efficient gas insert from Heat & Glow. Come in now and beat the rush, and Heat & Glow will help you out with some special promotions on gas inserts. We'll be doing up to $200 off on our gas metal inserts to retrofit into your drafty old wood fireplace. Come early, beat the rush. Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Welcome back to the CISN Football Pregame Show. I'm your host, Blake Walker. It's time for the coach interview segment of tonight's pregame show. I had a chance to sit down with Coach Baker of Waukee and Coach Swenson of Valley ahead of their big game tonight. Here with head coach Gabe Baker of Waukee. Coach, thanks for joining us. Let's talk about last week's win over Cedar Rapids Prairie, a playoff win, a home playoff win. I'm sure you guys were happy to have home field advantage for a little bit, and you get it this week as well.
Yes, absolutely. I think our kids were pretty excited to get that win. You know, that's the first playoff win since the school split. So I took a lot of pride in doing that on our home field. And it was a hard fought physical game that we ended up being able to hold on and win 21-10.
You get Valley this week, arguably in a way, one of the hotter teams in the state. They've been playing playoff games for the last 8 weeks, it feels like. Talk about what you guys have seen on film. Obviously a sophomore quarterback, a really talented running back. What are you guys honing in on this week?
Well, I think there's no secret that they're one of the most improved teams in the whole state just from week to week. And they've traditionally done that, continue to improve as the year goes. And this year is no different. I think they've really found out who they are offensively. I think they're gaining confidence on that side of the ball. And defensively, they're always solid. Don't make mistakes, cause turnovers, and just play hard-nosed football.
You get Beckett Baker again here, starting sophomore quarterback in the playoffs. It's not easy. You get two sophomore quarterbacks against each other, so that's pretty fun. What's the improvement been like for, Baker this whole season? And then, Grant Gamble, same way, a junior that's a jack of all trades, can catch the ball, can run the ball as well.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things for Beckett this year has been his leadership. Being a second-year quarterback helps that out. The kids bought into what he wanted to do in the offseason, and I think that's shown throughout our season. And I think Grant Gamble's just consistently worked. He's the hardest worker on the field. He's always finishing runs, even in practice. And that's continued to get him going this postseason. We knew we were going to have to get him the ball a bunch in that first game, and it ended up being about 30 touches, if I remember right.
You guys have 15 sacks on the season. It's a pretty good number for Class 5A, especially here in the Metro. What's been the big difference? I know you guys have some size up front. Do you line up pretty well here against Valley, or is it going to be one of those games that whoever wins the trenches might be the one out on top?
Yeah, I think that's how every game is, especially in 5A football. Whoever wins the trenches usually comes out on top. We're going to have to move some guys around. We can't just try to hold gaps and do that. We're going to have to move our defensive front. And if we can do that, use our athleticism to make some plays in the backfield, I think that bodes well for us.
You guys beat Valley 37-15 earlier in the season. That was a Valley team that was just riddled with injuries, and now they're kind of getting a couple guys back. Have you gone back and watched a ton of film for that game, or is it just kind of let's go back, see what they've done on this little winning streak, and go from there?
No, we went back and looked at worked well for us on both sides of the ball in that game, but we also have to understand that they are kind of a different team at this point in time, and so are we, to be honest. That's 6 weeks ago. It was fun to get that win then. Hopefully it gives our kids confidence, but we got to be ready to strap it up this Friday.
Coach, we appreciate your time, and good luck to you and the Warriors on Friday night.
Hey, thank you very much.
Hey, thank you, Coach. Here with head coach Gary Swenson of the Valley Tigers. Coach, congrats on the win last week. A huge win for your program, a 31-21 win over Pleasant Valley. Walk me through that game. Held the lead most of the way. It's not easy to go all the way to the other side of the state here and play football, but you guys have done it the last couple of years. What's been so successful out there for you guys recently?
Well, both nights, a year ago and last Friday, we played just sound football, and we didn't kill ourselves with turnovers and penalties. Pleasant Valley runs a great program. They're a triple option team, and that's always hard to get ready for in a week. I thought our coaches did a nice job of getting the kids prepared. They got their yards, but we didn't really give up the huge play. And we came out, our goal was to just get our defense off the field once a quarter because they possessed the ball so long. And we got a 3-and-out right away, and then we got a turnover. I I think the next series we recovered a fumble and got us off to a good start. It really helped our confidence. Offensively, we felt like we could move the ball, and we did. Not, it was tough sledding, but we were able to, manufacture some points. And the game was very close. In fact, we were trailing at the end of the first half, and then we got a big kickoff return for a touchdown from Isaiah Pinks with just a couple minutes left in the half. And that was huge because it was a great momentum swing. It was a cold night like it was here and a lot of wind. And we got the ball to start the third quarter, which gave us the win in the fourth quarter. And all of that played into us getting through that game. I'm not sure if some of those things go the other way, don't happen if we're able to get out of there, but they did. And our players, they played 4 quarters of good football. That's what we asked them to do. And it was a very nice win for our guys.
You guys have been in playoff mode the last 5 weeks. It feels like every game's a must-win game. Does that help you guys here that you've been in that mode and you don't just have to now jump into it here in the postseason?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that wasn't the plan, but I mean, that's what we were dealt. And, early on we struggled. Obviously, everybody knows that. I think, what were we sitting 1-5 at one point? And we just got beat by good teams. I mean, we weren't playing that bad of football. We were confident that when the playoff qualifications were coming close, we really felt like we belonged to be in. We felt like we were as good as any of the teams that looked like they might be ahead of us. But, the last couple of weeks of the playoffs or of the regular season is always crazy. What you think's going to happen doesn't. Teams get beat that looked like they shouldn't have, and those RPI numbers start to change. And I told our kids in week 6, I said, you're going to start to see these RPI numbers come out, and we're not going to be anywhere in the vicinity. But then as it gets closer, you'll see us start to appear in the picture. And then if we can just get, the big win against Ankeny was everything for us. And it really kind of solidified our chance to get in.
Talk about Waukee this week. You guys lost to the Warriors earlier this season, but that was back in the early part of the season. A lot has changed ever since then. What do you guys see this time around that you guys can take advantage of to try to get a win here on Friday night?
Well, they're still a good team. We lost 37-15, I think, the last Friday in September. And it might have been our low point of the season just because of the way we lost. We had 8 penalties for 80 yards. So they had 1 for 5. And the penalties they kept drives going for them and stopped drives for us. And we just couldn't get out of our own way. But I don't want to take any credit away from them. A lot of our issues were forced by them. And they've done a nice job. They've got a good football team. Their talent level's good. They're well coached. I mean, this will be a real test for our football team.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time and good luck to you and the Tigers here on Friday night.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Yep. Thank you, Coach. Once again, we want to take a moment to thank all the coaches that have chatted with us all season long. We greatly appreciate it, giving you, the viewers, an inside look into what they're thinking going into Friday night's matchups. We'll be back and take a look at your matchups here on Friday night as we prepare for the Dome next week. You're watching the CISN Football Pregame Show.
Hi, Joe the Car Guy, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car is on injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible, so bring it here to Westside Auto. I have the team of experts that can fix every automotive injury, whether it's a fractured joint, a broken part, or if your car just got its bell rung. We'll do a complete physical to make sure your car is game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get you back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging out there. Move it, move it, move it.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
New trucks are arriving daily during Schottenkirk Chevy's Truckload Kickoff event. Over 1,200 vehicles. WaukeeChevy.com. Inventory changes hourly. Don't see exactly what you want? Build, price, and order direct from the factory. To better serve you, we've doubled the size of our service department. We need more team members. Go to WaukeeChevy.com to see our job openings. The Truckload Kickoff event. Find new roads to Schottenkirk Waukee Chevy. WaukeeChevy.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if this year is anything like last year, folks are going to be coming in early to get things for their houses. What you need is a high-efficient gas insert from Heat & Glow. Come in now and beat the rush, and Heat & Glow will help you out with some special promotions on gas inserts. We'll be doing up to $200 off on our gas metal inserts to retrofit into your drafty old wood fireplace. Come early, beat the rush. Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
When you need to conquer the drifts on your property, get the job done your way. The Western Defender Compact Snowplow. All the professional grade features in just the right size for your mid-sized pickup or SUV. Easy to attach and easy to use. Get the performance to plow like this and finish like this. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Welcome back to the CISN Football Pregame Show. I'm your host, Blake Walker. It's time to take a look at the games to watch tonight, a.k.a. the 4 games going on in Class 5A. There are 4 tickets to be punched at the state tournament next week in Cedar Falls. Southeast Polk hosts Cedar Falls. The Tigers get a big win over Kennedy last week. Southeast Polk took care of Linn-Mar. It'll be a very talented defense full of stars for Cedar Falls coming up to Southeast Polk to take on the Rams, whose offense has had their way with several teams this year. Dowling Catholic goes back to Duke Williams Stadium over on Des Moines East High School campus. They will take on the Ankeny Hawks. You all remember that classic game at the Dome a couple of years ago. The Maroons look to get back to the state tournament and have a shot to repeat, or have a chance to go against Southeast Polk once again. Ankeny Centennial heads to Bettendorf to take on the Bulldogs. What should be a phenomenal game. 2 very good defenses that showed out last week, and 2 very talented offenses that can get rolling at any time. And then Waukee and Valley face off. They faced off already once this year. Waukee defeated Valley 37-15, but Valley is a much different team than they were back then. Waukee tries to make their first trip to the Dome ever since the split of Waukee and Waukee Northwest. Southeast Polk, Cedar Falls, Waukee Valley, Dowling Catholic, Ankeny can all be seen tonight here on the Central Iowa Sports Network. That will do it for us here on the CISN Football Pregame Show. I'm your host, Blake Walker. I appreciate everyone for watching all season long. My producer, Randy, produces and edits all the shows here all season long. I'm sure he appreciates it just as much. Thank you for joining us every week before your Football Friday. And thank you for watching, and enjoy the games tonight on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Welcome into Waukee Stadium, home of the Waukee Warriors. I'm John Schaefer, joined by Tim Hauber tonight. And Tim, we've got a dandy on tap. The Warriors enter 8-2, Valley 5-5. Finished the regular season 4-5, get a big upset win over Pleasant Valley last week. The Warriors rolling past Cedar Rapids Prairie here just a week ago, but what a stark contrast it is from what we saw, at least weather-wise. A cold, blustery Friday night last week. Tonight couldn't be any more different. 54, comfortable, no wind, and boy, is it a perfect night to send a team to the Dome here.
Yeah, we come in tonight, what do you expect here? We're into the first weekend in November, and it's 54 degrees. It's probably down in the upper 40s. Perfect weather if you're a player on this field. Have a nice, cool night. Very minimal wind out here. It's a dry turf out there, so we expect them to do quite well.
Waukee there in the black uniforms tonight. Valley will be donning the white and black bottoms. I know our director, Randy, not a huge fan of the black bottoms, but, hey, the white uniforms might be one of the best in the state. Looking forward to a great showdown. You got 2 very different styles of play tonight. Waukee loves to throw the ball around the field. Valley, of course, on the other side, loves to ground and pound.
Yes, if you like, to see a variety of offense, I would look at it tonight. So, yes, Waukee comes in, sophomore quarterback. He does a very good job there. He's got over 1,300 yards passing. He's also one of their leading rushers, so look for him to tuck the ball and go upfield. He's got, a lot of good options out there. Valley is Valley. We know what we're going to expect out there. They're going to run the ball at you. They got big linemen in there. They came on late in the season. They got their timing down. They settled on the quarterback that they had some issues, but you got a sophomore quarterback coming in there. DeGroot's done a nice job distributing the ball, but we're going to see it in a good. If they get that running game going, they can keep that clock running in their favor.
Beckett Baker, the son of head coach Gabe Baker, in year 3 now for Waukee. Of course, Waukee and Northwest splitting just 3 seasons ago. And the Warriors have struggled to find a great rhythm and make it this far the past 2, but Gabe has really stuck to it. Now he's got his team 1 win away from the Dome for the first time in probably 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, he's done a really nice job at slowing that quarterback down. I imagine that there's dinner conversations at home, with his dad being the head coach, but he runs his dad's offense. He runs it very well. He's got the signals coming in. When he gets the guys out of the huddle quickly, he knows what the signs are going to be, so he's settled the offense down. They do spread the ball quite a bit between the receivers and the running back.
And then on the Valley side of things, you mentioned DeGroot. Keep in mind, this is a Valley team that had a different quarterback week 3. They've got to go searching for it. Gary Swenson said the sophomore has really stepped up nicely. He's playing his role just the way he needs to. Even more important, Ankeny game for Valley. They lost their starting center, a guy that Gary Swenson said was a very good player for them. In steps a new guy, but hey, you can't miss a beat this time of year. It's playoff football.
It's a whole different season. You have the regular season, and really this is a series of 1-game seasons. You win, you go on. If you lose, your season's over. So every game, it's kind of like when the season starts. You do the first game, you see big improvement to the second game. Now these guys are all playoff experienced. Just some of the auras kind of wore off, that they know what to expect. So you see these guys just settle down and really play good football.
Absolutely. Sounds like we're going to have our national anthem. We'll be right back after the break and get you caught up for kickoff.
As we face the red, the white.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
It's our construction sale here at DeArmond Ford Indianola. We're expanding and setting sales records. Check out our Flex Buys, the new way to buy. Save big with a new F-150 XLTs and the new 2024 Edge. Also save on new Ford Explorers and Expeditions. And check out all DeArmond certified used vehicles, all sold with a 1-year bumper-to-bumper warranty. Find out what's going on at DeArmond Ford Indianola. DeArmondFord.com.
Hi, Joe the Car Guy, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car is on injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible, so bring it here to Westside Auto. I have the team of experts that can fix every automotive injury, whether it's a fractured joint, a broken part, or if your car just got its bell rung. We'll do a complete physical to make sure your car is game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get you back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging out there. Move it, move it, move it.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
When you go home, you'll feel good about what you did, and you're doing it for the kids. If they don't have us, they don't have these games.
And we're back inside of Waukee Stadium getting things done with the coin flip here. As both teams obviously having this set. Referee running through some final points of emphasis as we get ready for kickoff. Once again, a trip to the Dome on the line, and let's listen in.
Waukee, you're the home team. Valley, you're the visitors. As the visitors, you get to make the call. What would you like to call? Tell us the call. You won the toss. You'd like to defer, receive the football, defend the north goal. Waukee won the toss. Defer their choice, second half. Valley will begin the game receiving. Gentlemen, shake hands. Good luck tonight.
So there you have it. Valley will start with the ball. Waukee defers to the second half, and we are just a minute 10 or so away from kickoff of this quarterfinal matchup between two very heavyweight teams, if I do say so, Tim. Once again, John Schaefer on the call with Tim Haber. And Tim, you're usually up north there in Ankeny, but tonight we've made the trek west.
Yeah, it's kind of a little southwest direction to come driving down here, but nothing better than playoff football. It's a pleasure to work with you again. We did a game earlier this year, so nothing like playoffs. I mean, this is a whole other energy. I'm sitting here, I'm bouncing side to side, kind of waiting for this game to get going to see these two heavyweights, premier teams in the Valley here go head to head.
And if you're either one of these coaches, I think you're telling these guys, feed off the energy right now, but don't play out of control. Play within yourself, make the plays you have to, play your role, don't do more than your role, and we're going to go win a football game tonight.
Exactly. I think you do tell your guys just that, play, know your responsibilities, play within yourself, don't try looking for a big play. Let the play come and happen to you. So play within knowing your assignments, don't do anything grandiose. Keep your head on the swivel there. Turnovers can always, these are games like this, big turnover, big plays, but usually these guys are well versed on defense, very well coached teams. So look for that little edge there to see if there's a turnover might be a margin tonight.
Magnus Bruning setting up for the kickoff. Noah Craycraft on the near side here of the field, getting ready to take it. Andrew Price there next to him, it would appear, for the Valley Tigers. Valley in white, orange numbers, and here we go. The kickoff is a short one. Craycraft going to try and field it at the 20, but gets absolutely hammered. What a hit by Sam Diner, the senior. He comes out and makes a statement out of the gate.
Yeah, that ball hit there down on about the 20-yard line. It bounced straight up, so he had to wait for the ball to come down there. That gave him enough time to come down there and really put a pasting on there, knocking the ball back down to the 19-yard line.
That was Niall Eddy, I'm sorry. Niall Eddy, the linebacker, running back. He plays both sides of the football when called upon. 190-pounder. He put every single ounce of that weight into him. And now we'll get our first look at the sophomore quarterback, DeGroot, in for Valley. And in his backfield, his go-to running back, Damon Head. Spread out wide, you've got Craycraft out on the top. They're going to hand it off to Head. Head's going to bounce it outside, but finds a wall of black jerseys. And he's lucky to get a half yard on the pickup. Nice form tackling, nice swarming by Waukee.
Yeah, Sun was in there, broke that up there, causing him to run to the outside, so that defensive line getting movement in there. They come out with a 3-down lineman and play their outside linebackers, their rush linebackers on the outside. Looks like a 5-man front, but really they're playing more like a 3-4 defense, but bring the linebackers up for rush.
You've got Jaden McGregory and Craycraft out wide, stacked receivers. They put a man in motion, going to pitch it inside, but the handoff is bobbled, and it is corralled. Valley lucky to get back on that one as Jaden Brown bobbled the pitch forward. They had him moving. It's an incomplete pass. It's the right call there, but still a spot you probably don't want to put in the ref's hands if you're Gary Swenson.
Looked a little bit like a jet sweep there, but yeah, just got a little behind him there. He couldn't get there. It looked like a loose ball, but you're correct. That is an incomplete pass. So it does bring up a third down. I like the far side markers. You can definitely see it's a third down.
3 wide. Here we go again. Damon Head in the backfield with DeGroot. DeGroot's going to drop back to pass, looking for Craycraft. Bounces up. That is nearly picked off. Is it hauled in? No, it is not. It hits turf. He was looking for Jaden Brown once again. The sophomore wide receiver bouncing off his hands. He had 2 wideouts out to the right there. And DeGroot on target. It's one you probably want to haul in. It would have been a first down or close to it.
That's been a little bit of pregame nerves there. Cut up there, just didn't bring the ball in. Maybe look to see where he's going to get hit, but the ball popped, and receivers, defensive backs love that when the ball pops straight up in the air. You start yelling for Oski.
Grant Gamble back to receive the punt from Rico Alvarenga. That's a boot from Alvarenga, and that is going to roll down inside the 20, down all the way to the 17-yard line before it is downed. That is a massive punt from Alvarenga, the big-legged kicker, the senior.
I think he had as much as a carry on that, skipping down there to the 21-yard line. So a lot of yards lost here. There's going to be great field position, for the Waukee to start. Now that puts them back down there on the 25-yard line.
Great look at
it. Back there at the, I correct myself, at the 17-yard line.
Yeah, great look at it there on replay. Alvarenga just booms it. All right, so now we'll get our first look at Beckett Baker, head coach's son, the sophomore quarterback. He's got his go-to running back in the backfield, Grant Gamble. Gamble, one of many stud athletes, and they're going to run it right back up the middle, but Valley just stacking up the line there. That's a great tackle on the spot. I believe that's Jacob Webb. Nope, 76, who I don't have on the roster currently. There he is, Ramez Naba. Great tackle by Naba.
Naba is great. He's got 6.5 tackles for loss on the season. So also Van Arkel's there. We're going to probably be calling Van Arkel's name a lot tonight. Very active linebacker, leading tackler on the Valley team.
Wide receivers out wide, JoJo Leahy. They're going to hand it off in the middle again. It's Gamble. Going to take it. He picks up about 3 yards on that carry up the gut, but Valley staying very true to their gaps.
Usually that means that your defensive tackles are doing a really good job of holding their line in there. Naba would be a lot to move.
Waukee going no huddle here. Travian Boas out up top. You got JoJo Leahy down low. They're going to roll out right. Goes Baker. Baker looking downfield. Does he have his man? Just off the mark. And that is going to force a Waukee punt, 4th and 6. And that is a quick 3 and out. So both offenses, maybe a little bit of nerves. Defense is certainly feeling plenty of energy out of this opening game to really get things going.
Yeah, it's just testing it out. And a lot of the coaches are doing is that when you run these plays, we're also looking at how do the receivers cover them, how are the defensive backs lining up on these different formations. So everything is a chess match because one move does help, moves down later on in the game.
Hurlburt back to punt on 4th down. You've got Jaden McGregory and Isaiah Pinks back to receive. 2 receivers back on this one. That one is going to go to McGregory, and he's going to field it, look for a seam, but that is a great job in pursuit by Waukee. And the Valley Tigers will start their second drive of the night here at the 32, 33-yard line, it would appear.
That's where that punt earlier on that went down there, that got down to the 17-yard line. Field position now is going to play into the ground game here for Valley. They moved the ball up where they started originally back at the 19-yard line. They are up here at the 34. About the 35, no, but the 36-yard line.
Wow. I guess he was pushed back, but I didn't feel like he was willingly or was forward progress there. But here we go nonetheless, a little pistol look. They're going to put 2 men in motion, 2 tight ends in motion. DeGroot going to hand it off to Head. Head looking for a seam up the middle. Bounces off a couple of tacklers. That's a 9-yard pickup, and it's going to be 2nd and short. Strong run from Head.
Yeah, see where they got the mark down there. They're on the other side of the 45-yard. They put it right on the 45-yard line. You're right in the 9-yard run there. So good job by Head. Head is like he's got a little more wiggle to him when he gets to that second level that he can bounce out. So he's deceptively quick out there. So this is the down in position that Valley loves.
Once again, going in that pistol look. 2 wide receivers down low. You got Brown and Craycraft near side here. DeGroot takes the snap. They're going to go to Head once again, and he slips up a little bit, but not before picking up another 4 yards. And that is a first down for the Valley Tigers, getting a little bit of rhythm now with that run game.
That's what they will look at. His knee hit down there just over on the 47-yard line. Looks like he had more yards.
Oh, give him the extra yard, right, Tim?
Right.
That's all right, though. The offensive line moving people very well for Valley on this drive to start things off. We're going to go pistol, 2 wide, 2 tight ends in, tight for the Tigers. DeGroot about 5 yards off the snap, takes it, going to hand it off to, looks like it is Darius Mason this time, and Mason picks up another big chunk. And Mason is a guy that I'm told if he is in, he's getting the ball because he is a bowling ball of a player.
Yeah, somewhere between like a bowling ball and a whirling dervish, he gets out there. But yeah, he is a definitely the epitome of a north and south runner. He gets up there, likes cutting it inside the tackles, or inside that tackle tight end block there. So does a nice job up front by that offensive line.
Shotgun set, 3 wide. Tight end goes in motion there. DeGroot in shotgun. He's going to drop back to pass, but looks like we've got a false start. This one's going to go 5 yards against Valley.
Yeah, moved out of the formation a little bit soon there. They're looking definitely as a pass play.
Oh, they're waving it against Waukee. Sorry for that quick snap judgment on my part. Waukee penalized for 5-yard offsides, and that will give Valley a first down.
To come across a little bit too soon. Usually they throw the line of left. We just get so used to blaming offensive linemen for moving too quick, so we jumped the gun there. So
2 tight ends set, 2 wide. Craycraft down low, Brown up top, and you've got Mason in still at running back with DeGroot there in at QB. And like I said, I think they're going to go another handoff as they switch to a pistol look. And they do hand it off to Mason. Mason trying to bounce it outside, and he's just carrying a handful of Waukee defenders there. Picks up another 5-6 yards. I think if you're Gary Swenson, you're happy to just keep chipping away like this.
They got some tempo going on in there, so they're lining up. They aren't audibilizing. You see many teams look to the sideline picking up a second play. They're lining up and going with the original play call. They've got something going on, in the outside line, especially onto the – looks like the right side is being a dominant force right now.
2 running back set now for Swenson's Tigers. You got Head and Mason in there, and boy, is that a scary sight if you're on the defensive side of the ball. DeGroot waiting for the snap. He's going to hand it off to Mason. Mason's going to bounce around a little bit, picks up about 4. Or I'm sorry, that's Head on the carry. My apologies, that's Damon Head on the carry. Again, both 5'11". Head's a little bit shiftier, but that's another strong carry. He gets a lead block from Mason on that one.
Carter Johnson came in from the safety position, made a nice tackle there to keep him short of the first down marker, but it brings up a 3rd and 1. See if Waukee wants to dial up a blitz there, pinch the ends on down and bring the linebackers up.
It's a great time for a delayed handoff or even a quick slant here if they do bring pressure. DeGroot in pistol. They're going to run a jet sweep, fake it, hand off to the right side, and that's an easy pickup for Darius Mason. He rumbles ahead. The motion kind of putting Waukee in a standstill.
Yeah, brought the linebackers over. They over-pursued to the right too much following that first fake, and then that left side collapsed, or the right side collapsed, went outside, picked up a first down. So this drive has gone quite well for them.
Remember, they started this back at their own 35 and methodically have marched down the field. Now inside the 30, they're at the Waukee 27 with a new set of downs, 1st and 10, 5:40 to play in this one. You've got Damon Head back in at running back. They're going to send McGregory in motion this time. DeGroot back to pass, looking deep. He's going for Craycraft, but overthrows his man. That's really nice coverage there by number 2, Tate Garrington, the senior DB for Waukee. Really nice job keeping Craycraft inability from getting there.
Nice job by the corner. Went out there, used the sideline as his other assistant out there, just basically keeping him up right on the sideline. So the ball either had to be right on target, but laid it out there. Surprised that they went to the passing game, bringing up. They've been running the ball so well.
I don't mind it there, though. Just got to keep them honest now at this point. 2nd and 10, DeGroot in the shotgun. Once again, Head in the backfield. They're going to send Craycraft in motion. Hand it off to Head. Head trying to find a seam. He's going to get about 4, and that's going to give us a 3rd down and 6 inside the 25. 3rd down and 7 at the 24 it will be. Waukee really battening down the hatches defensively.
Yeah, hard to tell who got the tackle. I say tackle by committee there. Usually really good defense as you start seeing that, it's a gang tackling going out there to the outside. Not just one person bringing them down. So that's probably the best way. If you're going to try and tackle Head, I have to bring your whole team with you because he has carried this drive quite a bit.
The 5'11 senior stays in the backfield. Nope, they're going to stick with Darius Mason now in at running back, but DeGroot looking to pass, looking for a quick hitter. And that ball is dropped. Again, I don't even know if it's going to be a first down there, but that ball dropped by Gage Olson. Tough spot.
It would have made it interesting if you got down there. He was right on the 20-yard line. That would have been about 3 yards short. So now you bring a fourth down. It's a little long for their field goal. We haven't seen them, typically looking at the sideline. They may run the clock down, call a timeout. There's still plenty of time for them to bring a play in. If you would have caught that, it would have been 4th and 3 at the 20.
Ball dropped by A.J. Crownover. Again, nice coverage, probably a little bit of zone look there. Looks like they're going to go for it here. A little bit of no man's land if your kicker isn't consistent here. DeGroot, empty backfield, sends a man in motion, looking for the swing, but he's going to go out wide. And that would have been a big first down, but instead that ball is dropped by Jaden Brown, and that's one Brown would like back.
Yes, I know they look like Mason Brooks may have jumped and got a hand on it or distracted him enough that he did drop it, but that is 3 drops tonight by these Valley receivers, which could have resulted in first down. So good attempt there by Valley going for it, but they're trusting their defense to keep Waukee at this end of the field.
Instead, a turnover on downs, and Waukee will go back to work about where they started. They were at the 17, their first drive before going 3 and out. They're going to start this drive here at the 24. Baker in the backfield, one man in motion. One running back there with him as well. They're going to hand it off to Gamble. Gamble looked to bounce it outside, but cuts it back in, and he's going to battle for about 6 or 7. And again, very strong run from Gamble.
Gamble had about a 2-yard gain, then he turned it into a 6-yard gain. He putting a lot of that on himself. Very tough running back to bring down. He's also one of the team's leading receivers, so he's a Mr. Do everything for this Waukee offense.
Baker back in at quarterback, new running back in the backfield. That's going to be Niall Eddy. 2 tight end motion, 2 receivers up top. And Baker hands it off to Eddy. Eddy gets hit early. That's a nice tackle there. Big tackle by Valley's Alonzo Jimenez. Very nice tackle by him. But that is a first down for Waukee. And Waukee now trying to get some momentum, and that's their first down of the night.
Yeah, keeping it on the ground there. That's great when you get positive yards, like 6 yards on your first carry and your first down. That makes the rest of your drive go a lot better. So see if they dial up here on the first down again.
Baker in the shotgun, man goes in motion. They're going to fake the handoff to Gamble, but Baker throws it into no man's land. It looked like a misread there. Sage Yazzle was the nearest receiver, but was not close by, and Waukee escaping one there.
It looks like Sage stopped his route. There was going to settle in right around the 40 there. Baker was looking at he was going to continue the route across the middle.
So Baker in the shotgun once again. Gamble to his right. 2 tight ends set, 2 wide. Valley looks to be bringing plenty into the box. Gamble, though, just lowers the shoulder, lowers the head, and he's going to tumble forward for a gain of 6 out to the 41.
Yeah, tackled by Van Arkel there in the middle. Keying on the middle, on the running back coming up there. But good blocking by the offensive line, opening up a hole, picking up 5-6 yards there on that second down. So now it's 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 4. Need to get to the 45-yard line.
2 wide once again. Tight ends in tight. Both in motion there. Baker, we've got a false start. I'll let the refs call this one, but certainly looked like Waukee got ahead of themselves.
Ball start. Offense. Number 72. 5-yard penalty. Remains. 3rd down.
Price playing that outside linebacker, seems to be keying on the tight end, goes to the strong side of the Waukee formation. Now he's lined up there on wide out there on the slot receiver.
JoJo Leahy and Cooper Andrews out wide to the top of the screen. You got 4 wide set here. Baker dropping back to pass under a little pressure, dumps it off to Gamble. Gamble met right away. Great form tackle. Andrew Price, Johnny on the spot, chops down Gamble, and Gamble a little bit slow to get up. Not necessarily what you want to see, but he's going to walk it back to the bench. It's a nice little set of downs, nice stand by Valley, but if you're Waukee there, you're encouraged because you got a little bit of the ball movement going for you.
Yeah, Welby was great on the rush there coming up, forcing the quarterback to step up there, and then we just mentioned earlier, that Price came up there and made the tackle for no gain, so creating a fourth down.
Hurlburt back to kick this one. It would appear Craycraft and McGregory back to receive it. A big boot that is spiraling back. That's not Craycraft. That ball is going to bound down to the 13-yard line, and it is down right there. Waukee trying to say that touched a Valley player, but I do not think that hit Isaiah Pinks, who was back there waiting. Nonetheless, tough starting spot for Valley. They'll have to march about 87 yards for the touchdown. Waukee fans don't like it. They think it hit Pinks as well.
And the official didn't call it. He was right there in the... Yeah, he looks like he stuck his arms out to make an attempt, but as soon as he went over his shoulder, then he pulled his arms back in. It did squirt to the right. It's like take a spin, kind of like sometimes my drives do. They hit there and they take a crazy turn to the right, usually towards water. But anyway, great, down there, coffin corner kick, putting it down at the 13-yard line.
Head back by DeGroot. One tight end in tight, man in motion. They're going to fake the handoff. DeGroot rolls out right, hits head in stride, head bouncing outside. Great block by Craycraft, and that's a huge pickup there. Nice pitch and catch, and that's going to give the Tigers a little bit more room to work with. Damon Head, about 15 on the pickup.
Yeah, Mason Brooks was out there, really cornered him in, put a move on him, kicked it to the outside, picked up another 5-6 yards there on the carry. So quick little pass play. That's the first completion, pass completion they've had tonight. But that's going to pull the linebackers back, so it's going to open up your running game again.
Absolutely. And Waukee just got 3 down linemen. They're going to bring everyone up close, though, to the line, everyone within about a 10-yard box of it. Single eye safety. They're going to hand it off inside. Head again. Picks up another 5 yards. And if you're Gary Swenson, you keep trying to chip away. If you're Gabe Baker, you might want to start loading the box just a hair more and force the group to throw the ball.
Yeah, Oliver McClurg, in the attack, the big senior, coming in. We're looking at it. Usually it's gap protection on the inside. They seem to be moving. They're getting some trap blocks in there. Kind of seeing what the linemen have doing. Generally, there's dive blocking that they use. I don't see a lot of pulling guards right there, so straight ahead. But they're getting their sides. They're getting leverage in there and creating a seam for the running back.
2 in motion there. They're going to pitch it out to Head. I think you're going to get an illegal formation with 2 men in motion in the backfield at the time of the snap.
Yeah, appears that to be the case.
And that should back them up 5 yards and give them a 2nd and 10. Again, that's just maybe a little bit of, I think the snap came a little bit earlier than DeGroot wanted. He was putting his 2 in motion there. Looked like it was.
Shift, offense, 2 men moving at the snap, 5-yard penalty. Replay, 2nd down.
So there you have it. As we hear the "you can't do that" chants from the Waukee student section. A great crowd on hand tonight. I do have to mention, great to see the Waukee fan base out in strength. Valley fan base just as much. And the student section from Valley, of course, wanting to make their voices heard across the stadium. I'm sure we'll hear from them in a bit. Now they do go to the running back with Darius Mason in the backfield, 3 wide. DeGroot hands it off. He fakes the handoff, looking deep. He has a man wide open. What a pitch and catch. They go to McGregory. He takes it to the house. That is a 71-yard touchdown pitch and catch. McGregory beating everybody deep. Nobody there waiting for him.
That's what happened with that running game, the fake there. DeGroot had lots of time there to look for the receiver. That's when your safeties get drawn up. They're looking to support the running game. Someone got caught peeking it inside that he took it down the seam and got in for a touchdown.
I got caught peeking. I don't blame him there. That's a huge touchdown. Valley, the first one to strike. Now we're going to look for the PAT from Rico Alvarenga to make this a 7-0 game with 50 seconds remaining in the first quarter. That doinks off the upright there, and we have a 6-0 football game. Valley Tigers leading the Waukee Warriors. 50 seconds left in the first quarter. We'll be back after the break.
I'm Amanda with Holtz Plumbing and Heating. Did you know that your water heater is the hardest working appliance in your home? Depending on where you live, hard water and sediment can age out your water heater in as little as 8 years. Holtz stocks all the water heater options you would ever need. Multiple tank sizes, styles, and very popular tankless options. Our plumbing professionals will deliver one to your home, remove the old one, and install your new one all in a day's work, even on weekends. For all your water heater needs, let Holt handle that.
Some of the things I've learned from sports are being a good leader, and that means not always just saying what's right, but showing by example.
I've learned that being a good role model is so important because there's many little eyes on you and they watch everything you do. So as long as you're doing the right thing, then they will understand that that is what they're supposed to be doing also.
What I really have learned is strong leadership and self-discipline.
Again, a 71-yard touchdown catch to Jaden McGregory from the hand of Drake DeGroot. Puts the Valley Tigers up 6-0. Time winding down in the first quarter, but the Valley Tigers do strike first. Waukee will look to bounce it back here with this third drive of the night. Rico Alvarenga back to kick it off. Two receivers back deep for Waukee, and the ball blows off the tee shockingly. The wind has maybe kicked up a hair since the start of this game, actually, which is kind of surprising tonight here, Tim.
Yeah, I can't see. I can't feel it up here, but I think it looks like it's coming. It's shifted now from the northwest a little bit, which usually makes a little cooler air coming in. See if that has any effect on the game later on.
Jaden Jeter and Henrik Nimley both back to receive this one, but I don't think they're going to get a chance to. Actually, they will. It's Nimley taking it at the 4. He's looking for a seam, going to bounce it out to the right. Has a little bit of room and takes it out to the 38-yard line, and he's going to create a little bit of life in this Waukee stands.
Yeah, good blocking there at the point ahead, then cut it to the outside. So earlier on, you normally plays defensive tackle. Oliver McClure again there got a little seal block. They were on the 30-yard line, let alone to kick outside, pick up another 15 yards. So great field position here for the Waukee Warriors out at the 38-yard line.
One more look at that touchdown. McGregory behind everybody. There's nothing you're going to do to catch him there, and that's how we now sit 6-0. Can Gabe Baker's squad answer back accordingly? Baker in at quarterback, dropping back, looking out wide, and that one sails on him just a little bit. Again, this time of year, ball's a little bit maybe slippery, just as things start to cool off a little bit, so you got to readjust your grip a hair.
Yeah, it does get probably a little bit of moisture from the day coming up, getting on the ball there, but great defensive coverage there. There's really not much open lanes to the outsides looking out there to find a wide out, so hard to get the passing game going there. That's a tight coverage.
Beckett Baker in at shotgun. He's going to hand it off down up the middle. They go. Another strong run up the gut. That's Gamble picking up about 12. And now they're cooking with fire.
Yeah. Brian Abab there on that, coming up for the safety position to make that tackle, but big first down or second down run.
Grant Gamble in the backfield again, going to run a little counter, but Baker keeps it. But that is a great job not biting on the fake. A sleuth of Valley Tigers getting there early. Nick Van Arkel in on the tackle. The safety was one of the many there.
Castle was also in there on the tackle to force that inside. You let Van Arkel come in and get the tackle there, holding his position.
Van Arkel been in on a lot of tackles this season when you look at the stat sheet, so we'll be calling his name more and more, but that will wrap up the first quarter of play. We'll be right back here, 6-0 football game. Valley Tigers leading the Waukee Warriors as we enter quarter number 2.
Trucks are arriving daily during Schottenkirk Chevy's Truckload Kickoff event. Over 1,200 vehicles. WaukeeChevy.com. Inventory changes hourly. Don't see exactly what you want? Build, price, and order direct from the factory. To better serve you, we've doubled the size of our service department. We need more team members. Go to WaukeeChevy.com to see our job openings. The Truckload Kickoff event. Find new roads to Schottenkirk Waukee Chevy. WaukeeChevy.com.
When you need to conquer the drifts on your property, get the job done your way. The Western Defender Compact Snowplow. All the professional grade features in just the right size for your mid-sized pickup or SUV. Easy to attach and easy to use. Get the performance to plow like this and finish like this. Western. More jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
The Valley student section strong on hand. Tim, you know there's urban myths that Tigers hate cinnamon, but you know what they love? Touchdowns.
Yeah.
And we've already got one from Jaden McGregory tonight. Waukee, though, trying to counter back. 6-0 football game. Waukee trailing. Baker in the shotgun, 2 wide. Gamble to his right, going to hand it off to Gamble once again, bouncing it outside. Going to hit the hole, gets about 5, 6, and they'll take it. That's going to leave a third manageable for Waukee as they try to keep this drive going.
Yeah, big Aaron Hine out there on the block, giving them some running room. You'll see when there's where you bounce it to the inside, back to the outside again. So good blocking up front by the offensive line.
Gamble rocking the Ezekiel Elliott crop top look today. It's maybe a little brisk for my liking of a crop top, but Gamble probably on fire out there, getting plenty of time with the football in hand as we go into the pistol. Baker sends 2 tight ends in motion. Takes the snap, hands it off to Gamble once again. Gamble looking for somewhere to go. Great block on the outside, springs it wide. He's got some speed. Can he fend off McGregory? That's a huge pickup, and the ground game keeps chipping away, and that's a big chip taken out of the Tigers.
You mentioned there they went to the strong side, to the left side. They had a double tight end. They had a tight end. Another one in the slot there, created an overload. Everybody got their seal blocks there. He got behind the line, he was patient with it. Then saw the seam to the outside, kicked it out there. Then it was a foot race down there to the 18-yard line.
Ben Case-Hobb there, the fullback on that block on the edge that Gamble kind of put his hand on his back. They're going to run it again, or go to the pass. Baker looking deep to the corner of the end zone. What a throw, what a catch. Even better. Waukee answering back. Henrik Nimley on the reception. And they have answered back, has Waukee.
Yeah, did a great job there. Got to the outside. Concentration there, came back. A little bit of a back shoulder catch there in the end zone. That's good concentration there for the touchdown.
Baker on the dime. Just throws it, falling catch. That's got to be a top fiver if I haven't seen one tonight.
We got 2 so far tonight.
Huge catch by Nimley, the senior wide receiver. You know he doesn't want his season ending tonight. Waukee responding now. Can they send one through the uprights? Hurlbert in for the PAT to make this a 7-6 football game. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is good. 7-6 with 11:01 to play in the first half. Waukee takes the lead over the Valley Tigers, and with that, we'll see if Valley can respond after this commercial break.
Holt stocks all the water heater options you would ever need. Multiple tank sizes, styles, and very popular tankless options. For all your water heater needs, let Holt handle that.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
2 big plays for the Waukee Warriors have them in front, 7-6. The great throw from Beckett Baker over the top, finding Henrik Nimley as Nimley falls. Baker took a big hit. Of course, we're going to get a kickoff from the 45 here, an incidental running into the kicker on the PAT. Moves this kickoff up 5-10 yards. We'll see if Hilbert can put it through the end zone and prevent any type of Valley response or momentum swing here on the kickoff.
And that's all started with that big kickoff return. Got him to the 38-yard line, started with great field position.
It's actually Magnus Bruning, so Waukee, 2 kickers on this roster. What a gift that is. Bruning sends it out wide to the right. That's going to be McGregory looking for a little bit of room to work out wide. Has some sideline space and out past the 25. But that's where Valley will set up shop once again.
Number 1, Craycraft on the return.
Decent field position there to start.
Quick score update also from around central Iowa. Currently Dowling just tied it up 7-7, 6:59 left in the first half. And through a quarter, you know, Ankeny and Dowling, those are 2 teams that aren't going to give an inch either. 2 perennial powers.
Yeah, another rematch from earlier on in the season. So
that game at Williams Stadium. And back comes Valley now. 3 wide, 2 in motion. DeGroot waiting on the snap. Going to send his running back out wide. That's a quick pitch out to Darius Mason, but he's run out of bounds right at the sticks. No gain.
There to make this stop, number 42, Orson Harrop.
That's a great tackle by Orson Harrop there, the linebacker. He just, great pursuit out of him.
Yeah, tackle, I don't know if he got a loss, but he has over 17 tackles for loss on this season, so he does get sent to sideline. He gets in the backfield either by blitzing or going from his middle linebacker position, getting out to the sideline and making that tackle in the backfield. They shifted there. The defensive line saw the power coming out to their right, so the defensive line shifted a gap over to cut that the blocking that's been pinching him down, so they're making adjustments as the game's going on the fly.
Horup with 56.5 tackles up to this point in the season, but they're going to run it again. A big pickup by Damon Head out to the 9-yard pickup, I should say, out to the 36-yard line. And that'll be a 3rd and 1. 10:25 now on the clock. They're going to go quick, probably QB sneak quick. Yes, they do. But does he get there? They're going to mark him with the yard. That's a nice job by DeGroot to just get there, but
looks like
it
he
was
might
a tough one.
About a half a foot or a foot short there as they come running up there. He never got much momentum when he got to that to the line of scrimmage.
If you're a quarterback on the sneak, what Jalen Hurts does so well in the tush push is gets low and into that line. You saw DeGroot kind of upright, vertical, and that's what allows him to be stopped before that line, I'd say.
That's what a little sophomore mistake makes there. That doesn't run it much this season, but as he gets up there, yes, you're correct. If he gets too high there, that linebacker comes in and stops all your momentum. If you get low, you can find that seam. But they call it getting skinny in there. You only need a little bit of a gap to dive ahead to get that first down.
DeGroot 5'11", you imagine if you only need a yard, 6 foot tall, you just got to fall forward, and that ball is going to get you your yard. So
yeah, Waukee's not giving him much room to fall forward.
But they do mark it as a first down and a new set of downs. So it'll be 1st and 10, under 10 to play here in the second quarter. Valley happy to take it. Keep in mind, these two teams met, week 4, I think we talked about, Tim, and Waukee kind of ran away with it. Of course, Valley, a very different team than trying to figure out their quarterback game. DeGroot is settled in as their guy as he goes 2 running backs in that backfield. And look out, I have a feeling this one's going to be handed off. No, it's going to be a quick throw out. Is that a forward pass? Yes, it is. Got to be careful on that one from DeGroot. If that's anywhere backwards, that's a big loss.
Yeah, that'll go by basically as a fumbled ball. So, yeah, finding out there, looping around, he didn't want to try to lead him a little bit too much there, so couldn't really get a hand on it. So the timing is a little bit off on that outside, passing pattern.
Another quarterfinal score update quick. Southeast Polk up on Cedar Falls 14-0, about what we expected there out of that one. DeGroot and shotgun, another running back there in the backfield. It is Head to his left. You got 2 wide receivers, Craycraft on the near side. They're going to fake it, look for the quick slant. That's a great catch in the slot. What a grab it is by Jaden Brown, and he's going to give him a little mustache and a point, but we do got some laundry on the field. Let's wait on the officials on this one. Really like that quick pass, though, from DeGroot on the spot.
That was right on the seam there. He turned it. It's kind of looks more like a post pattern he got there across the middle, but put it in there in really tight coverage.
Let's let the officials give us a quick update here.
Ineligible player, downfield, number 71. 5-yard penalty, previous spot, replay, second down.
Something I've seen a lot today, either watching TV or games like this, or calling a lot of receivers downfield. A lineman's going out there following his blocking assignment. Once he gets too far downfield, he may be engaged, no longer blocking, but they're going to call it.
Let's take a look. Yeah, you see a couple linemen just getting out there, and in a way, those RPOs are tough on a lineman if the ball doesn't come out quick enough. So here we go. It'll be 1st and 15 for the Tigers, or 2nd and 15 for the Tigers from the 32. DeGroot changing things up at the line a little bit. They're going to go into a pistol look. Damon Head in the backfield. They're just going to hand it off to Head and let him go to work, but he gets absolutely met. Orson Harrop there again.
Yeah, another tackle in the backfield for him. Chalk another one up. That's what he does. He shoots the gap there when his linemen take up the blocking. He does a very good job getting the backfield quickly. So we know a penalty moved the ball back, but also tackle for loss.
That's a loss of 3. 3rd and 18 on the 29. Clock ticking under 9 minutes now. Valley just going to take a little bit of time off the clock, I think, here as well. We know how quickly Waukee can strike. So 3rd and very, very long. DeGroot, I'd imagine, is going to throw one here. Drops back, looking. He's going to delay the carry. That's a design quarterback keeper, but he goes absolutely nowhere.
There's like Caden Womack there, the junior DB, came up there, making sure they got the tackle. Good job with the defense, spying on the quarterback, not letting him take one of these gaps. You just see that everybody goes deep. There's a big space there by the linebackers looking for some running room, but good coverage there, forcing him to 4th down.
Oliver McClurg there too, 2 Waukee tacklers, and that will send us back for another punt off the foot of Rico Alvarenga. Alvarenga going to send it away this time to Gamble, who's just waiting back there. Of course, so dangerous. That's another big boot. Gamble backs up, and he's just going to let it bounce there inside the 20, and that's going to settle at the 18. Not a lot you can do there if you're Gamble, because you're fielding that with your back to the rest of your oncoming defenders, and so it's better to just let it bounce inside and let your offense go to work.
Yeah, better than causing a turnover because you're running away from the line of scrimmage. So if the ball goes over your head, get away from it, let it bounce. I'm sure that after a couple of weeks ago that coaches have re-drilled all their punt returners on what is a fair catch and how we're going to field this football.
We don't need to relive painful memories for Hawkeye fans here, Tim. All right, we're going to go back to, here we go, Beckett Baker in the quarterback. A little bit of a pistol look out of the Waukee Warriors here on this one. Going to hand it off to Gamble. Gamble off the left side, looking for a hole, bouncing it, lowers the shoulder. He's going to pick up about 3. I don't mind him, though, lowering the shoulder and letting these guys know, hey, I'm not afraid of a little punishment.
We'll shut it down to the Tiger.
Suvang Savath, I've been wanting to say that name all night. Got out there, got a big pancake block that caused a little bit to the outside. So these linemen are getting into the linebackers and getting their blocks.
Waukee once again going 3 wide up top. Fullback in motion. Gamble to the right of Baker. Going to hand it off once again. Gamble has just absolutely nowhere to go there. That's a really nice job by Valley holding their gaps once again. That's a nice tackle on that was Cole Weeble.
Also that Ramel Naba, that big defensive tackle in there, he's a big guy to move out of his hole. He does collapse that in there very well.
So we've got a 3rd and 5 from the 23, 7:15 to play in the first half. Baker out of the shotgun, Gamble to his left, 4 wide. He's going to drop back to pass. Looking, scans the field, has to be flush, still looking. He's going to just throw it up. Cannot find anyone there that is open. Henrik Nimley, the nearest receiver. That ball tipped on the throw. Really nice job by the coverage team of Valley.
Yeah, they covered it well. He was not going to get any yards if he ran the ball. He went there, did the smart thing. Threw it into an open area towards a receiver. Is going to either drop incomplete, but get out there. So Valley forces a 3 and out here. They got that on the punt. They pinned it back to the 18-yard line, so they're punting here from the 24. So good job by the Valley defense.
It'll be Drew Hurlbert once again to punt this one away. McGregory and Craycraft back there, or Pinks, I should say, back there. Fair catch late, but they'll give it to him. Jaden McGregory fields it at the 40-yard line. And that's where the Tigers set up shop as they still try to respond to that first touchdown of the night from Waukee.
Yeah, on that drive that we had the long touchdown pass, DeGroot was 2 for 2 on that drive to see if he wants to open up in the air game a little bit here. I think they've settled down, not having the drops they have there, so I think the coaches make adjustments, seeing how the Waukee defense is setting up their secondary. We saw that quick slant in, or that look at the quick post that was out there. He delivered it quite well. See if they want to go back to something like that. They get single coverage there, and they're getting downfield.
Bettendorf currently up on Centennial 7-0 as well for his quick score update here on CISN TV. DeGroot taking the snap. He's going to hand it off to Head. Head looking for a little wiggle room. He goes and picks up 4. Nice little 4-yard gain from the back, and that'll set up a 2nd and 6.
Watching the Waukee defense, they're getting in there. When they have that heavy tight end set lined up, the defensive line shifts over one gap to pinch that down so they can get there. We saw this play early in the first quarter. They faked it to the power side and had a reverse come back here, and it's wide open onto the offside. So see if they have a linebacker protecting the backside of that defense.
DeGroot in shotgun, sends 2 in motion. They'll reset. Out to the right of the line. They're going to hand it off to Head. Head going to the left side of that line as they overloaded the right. Picks up 3.
Yeah, good job with the defense there.
Stay true to your assignments and prevent big plays. I think that's the big lesson from Gabe Baker, I'm sure.
Yes, I'm sure they did. They've done a good job. The ends are maintaining their position on the outside, not letting him bounce to the outside. So force it back inside to where your friends are to help make the tackle. So they're really good lane assignment, that they're doing on defense. Keep their running backs in front of them.
Under 5:40 to play. DeGroot in the shotgun once again. 3rd and 3 from the 47. Going to fake the jet sweep. They'll hand it off inside to Darius Mason. Mason stumbles and rumbles ahead. Gains 4. That's enough to move the sticks.
As you said, Darius Mason in the backfield, so he's definitely goes straight ahead. There's no dancing, juking. He knows where the first down marker, especially when there's only a couple yards to go. So switching out some defensive linemen here, but keeping them fresh. The Valley gets on the other side of the 50-yard line.
Waukee kind of has an Iowa State look to them on defense, if I do say. 3 down linemen. You see one high safety typically out of them. They'll bring a guy in for a little extra pressure on the edges as they go jet sweep now, and strong run, but absolutely met is Jaden Brown. That's a massive tackle. If we have a replay of it, I'd love to see it. Cole Tedesco there on the tackle. Just an absolute huge hit.
He got by the first tackle.
Here we go on the replay, and as you see Brown taking the pitch, but Tedesco just says no. Shuts the door, and that's a crumpling hit. Thankfully, these guys are young and can bounce back from those pretty quick.
Yeah, we'd still be feeling that into next week. Cool. But that was big. There was a lot of running room out there, so that tackle was huge on this drive to keep it to a minimal gain.
2 running backs in the backfield. DeGroot looking for a little screen, finds Head. He's got a couple of blockers. Really nice job. Play design by Valley. He's down inside the 40, down to the 31-yard line of Waukee. That's a new set of downs.
Yeah, Head, a 1,000-yard rusher on the season, comes in tonight, but he's also a very apt pass catcher, catching it out of the backfield on that middle screen that they have and picking up the big first down.
So tough to read when both those running backs are in the backfield. You've got Mason going out to the left and then Head just sneaking in with a lineman or 2 in front of him, and both are dangerous. You got to respect it. And that's why we now sit here with the 1st and 10 from the 31, 4:13 to play. Fake the jet sweep around, looking for another quick hitter to Head. Head gets it, but he is met in the backfield. Really nice tackle there. That is a lovely tackle by Malachi Curvey. Of course, you might recognize that last name. Big Brent Curvey, big play Curvey is his dad.
Yeah,
and so a lot of fun there to see Malachi out there too.
He looks faster than his dad. His dad was a big guy.
I don't know. When Brent had the ball in his hand, taking those interceptions back for touchdowns, he could move too. But yeah,
the big play there, not falling for the fake there. Playing your position, getting the receiver, getting it to him right away.
Malachi certainly making a name for himself, and I'm sure you'll love to see it. They're going to hand it off to Head. Head, though, met once again. The first man on the scene there for Waukee was Sonny Salkich. Really nice job to bottle him or slow him down there, and that's a tough play to make, but he does, and that's another loss for the Tigers, or right back to the line of scrimmage, I should say. 3rd and 10 from the 31. Tick, 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 tick. Under 3:10 now to play in the first half.
Yeah, big hit there by Sonny getting in the backfield. Waukee does a good job of splitting the gaps and getting in the backfield. They're doing a lot of hits in the backfield, so it's a very active, very athletic defense. Very aggressive attacking the offense, forcing them to make the blocks and make plays.
2 running backs set. I'd imagine this is 4-down territory for the Tigers. DeGroot looking for a quick hitter. That is just off the hands, and I'm pretty sure he would like it back if he could get it. Henrik Nimley, that one going off his hands. Craycraft, the intended receiver, kind of just stopped his route a hair too early, and DeGroot thought he'd keep moving. And if he does, he's probably taking it into the land of 6.
Yeah, receivers got to complete the line there, but it was a good pass there. But yeah, Nimbley's like, he looked down and goes, if it wasn't tipped, because there's a lot of green turf in front of me. So as you mentioned, it's 4-down territory. You know, the kicker had missed the extra point earlier, so you're at that 31. It'd be too far to make a field goal. That would be making a 46-yarder. So big 10-yard. They're not scared to throw the ball downfield. This is when you see sometimes want to go into the end zone.
That or even a screen here would shock me with the success they've had. Maybe they. And Gary Swenson will call a timeout. And with that, are we going to head to break, Randy? You tell me. It's up to you. Randy doing a great job on our directing team. We got 2 great videographers up top as well. We're going to stay here with it as it's just a quick timeout. Valley going to reset. Great crew on hand for CISN tonight. Love to see it. Flag on the play. Delay of game, so we're going to back it up 5 yards. And I think that means you're going to see a punt. Thanks, Randy. Randy, Johnny on the spot tonight. Big shout out to him. Like I said, the CISN crew just crushing it every week out here for you guys. You love to see it. We're going to get a great punt here as well as we see Rico Alvarenga. He's going to try and pin Waukee deep and maybe switch the fields here a little bit, but that one's going to carry high and deep. Just over the hands. And that was almost a beautiful play there by Caleb Jewell. I think Jewell was like, I got the toe tap, we're there, and it drifted over his leg.
Because you're trying to keep your feet in bounds, and can you catch? Is where you catch and touch the ball. Are you still in bounds, though? He's trying to go over their shoulder, but little attempt at the coffin corner, so Waukee will take over at their 20-yard line. 2:34.
Net punt of 15 yards or so there. So I don't know if you're Gary Swenson, it's fine. You don't lose much out of it. But I'm sure if you're Gabe Baker, you're happy with your defense, the way they played, and certainly answered since the 2 big plays from Valley. And he's going to see if he can go find the end zone here one last time before half. 2:34 to play, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Baker in the shotgun, going to hand it off to Gamble. And Gamble is met, but bounces off a couple of would-be tacklers. Shifty move, and out past the 30 he goes. That's an 11-yard gain and a 1st down, Waukee.
Yeah, he ran into a wall there, ran into the defensive tackle, took it upfield. He ran into Naba, bounced at the outside. So Naba goes. Yeah, he's going to sit out there for a while to check. Looked like he was holding his hand. Got in there, so tough running by Gamble.
Gamble has a couple brothers, at least one that I know of that's a tough customer. A couple wrestlers out there too. I remember them making some state runs back in the day. Quick pass, that's a quick hitter to Sage Yazzle. The Yazzle Dazzle gets us about 6 yards. I'm sure he hasn't heard that one in his career, right?
right. Little up-tempo offense here, looking at the bubble screen, so they're going to a passing game, trying to spread that defense out wide.
Baker in the shotgun, going to hand it off, fakes the handoff, he's going to keep it, has plenty of daylight and speed, bouncing it outside, picks up 15-20, taken out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Into Valley territory does go Beckett Baker.
That's what, good running by Gamble in there. They're respecting it in there, brings the ends down there. So the Baker takes it to the outside. He goes, thanks, Dad. That's a perfect call that I was looking for all night. But he takes it out there, gets on the other side of the 50. They're at the 45-yard line with 153.
Yazzle doesn't just dazzle. He blocks, too. Gets a nice block on the edge. Baker in the shotgun once again. Swing pass to Gamble. Gamble with some blockers on the edge as well. Goes and picks up 7. And Waukee cooking right now. Picks up 6. They'll give him officially 6 down inside the 41 to play in the half. Keep in mind, Waukee gets the ball to start the second half as well.
Yeah, you want to get some kind of score here, get in scoring position.
Baker in the shotgun, fakes the handoff. He's going to be met in the backfield, almost flung down, fights through the tackle. That looked like it was going to be a loss as Jerome Horn had him wrapped up and tried to fling him to the ground. But, Baker showing some balance there, and he turns a net negative into a little bit of a positive.
Yeah, he's a strong quarterback. He's got good leg strength there. He broke out of the tackle, taking a field, getting that to a 3rd and short.
4 wide. Gamble in the backfield. They're going to hand it off. Gamble has a seam, has one man to beat. Can't quite get there. And that's going to be a pickup of 14, 15 yards down to the 21, officially 16-yard gain. 1st and 10, a minute 19 to go. And they're going to keep the up-tempo offense going. Baker still has 4 wide, man in the backfield, going to hand it off to Gamble once again. Gamble trying to bounce it, but that is a nice job on the tackle by Valley. That is Theron Castle. Theron Castle with the tackle. As we now hit 1 minute left in the half as Valley calls a timeout.
And the clock is still running, so the officials are going to have to stop the clock and get them and reset it.
Unless it's a 1 minute timeout, I'm not sure how they operate clock over here, but that is abnormal from what I've seen in the past.
So there should be about 55 seconds, I think, at the time they called the timeout.
Okay, 55 seconds, our director confirms. We've had a great game so far, Tim. I'm really, really impressed by both defenses tonight. The offense is taking some big chunks when they have the opportunity, too.
Yeah, so I'm surprised Waukee, the wide open offense, has really demonstrated a commitment to the running game, which these offensive linemen have done a great job getting into their blocking assignments, getting into the linebackers and breaking some tackles, gouging them, pretty good. Good clock management, good mix of play calling here late in the second quarter to get into field position here, at least get into a field goal attempt, if not trying to get a touchdown here, especially when we had the 1 point differential in this game.
Baker going 4 wide once again, has Gamble in the backfield. A minute left in this game, or in this half, I should say. Definitely not in this game. Plenty more to come. Going to send Gamble in motion. He's looking deep, has a man, and just overthrows his guy, Henrik Nimley. And I think that's one Baker would like back. Nimley had some space around the defender.
Yeah, he just got inside of Pinks, did a skinny post there. Good pass, a little high, but the look was there. And when you're going between the corner and the safety, you have to bring it out there quickly. So good play attempt, so now brings up a 3rd and 9.
3rd and 9 is Baker taking the signal, and of course now you've left some time on the clock for Valley if you don't pick this up. We'll see what happens here as Baker goes in the shotgun once again, dropping back to pass. Scanning, has to bounce it outside, has a little bit of room, dumps it off, but that throw is off the mark, and Baker also taking a big hit after getting that one away. That does force a 4th and 9.
Yeah, Van Winkle was out there. He wasn't going to let him cut up field to take the run, so forced him to throw. Threw it out there, at least got the incomplete pass, but now we'll see at the field goal attempt here. So the ball will be marked at the 22. We're looking at about a 40-yard. If they step off, it will be about the 28. It'll be a 38-yard field goal attempt.
And we have a lefty kicker in Hurlburt. Drew Hurlburt, the senior place kicker. 5'10", 155. Going to put all of it into this one for 38 yards and a 4-point lead. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is up and it's blocked. Valley going back the other way. And he is going to take it to the house. Who else but Jaden McGregory? McGregory down all the way. A house call. And this game has flipped.
Yes, it looked like it came from the right side of the formation. Came across, got the block there. He did the scoop. Usually when a kicker has to kick this long, they take a little bit longer step wide, stretching it out.
Is McGregory the guy with the block too? Yes, he is. McGregory not only blocks it, but then scoops and scores. And just like that, Valley up 12-7 against this Waukee Warriors team that was just about to go up or trying to go up 4 points and getting the ball back to open the second half.
What a turn of events here. The extra point attempt here would put them up by 6.
And I am sorry for the raspy voice. I've been coming off the back end. I lost it a couple days ago, but I wasn't about to miss this one tonight. And absolutely have enjoyed it to every bit so far through nearly 24 minutes of play. Snap kick is good. And there you have it, Rico Alvarenga now making this a 13-7 football game after the PAT. And just like that, we're going to head to break and be right back.
Hey, you two. We all want to be winners, right? The winning drive comes from choosing unleaded 88, a cleaner burning fuel made from corn. That way, we all win. Now give me some weight. That's the winning drive. Now let's go get some tailgating snacks.
It's our construction sale here at DeArmond Ford Indianola. We're expanding and setting sales records. Check out our Flex Buys, the new way to buy. Save big with a new F-150 XLTs and the new 2024 Edge. Also save on new Ford Explorers and Expeditions. And check out all DeArmond certified used vehicles, all sold with a 1-year bumper-to-bumper warranty. Find out what's going on at DeArmond Ford Indianola. DeArmondFord.com.
And I am still in awe, Tim Haber, after that one because we've got a 13-7 football game. Jaden McGregory has both touchdowns tonight for the Valley Tigers, but I would not have expected the last one to come the way it did.
No, and we're looking at, Waukee trying to go up, right before half and say, did they give them the ball back with too much time left? Well, they didn't take much time off the clock on that blocked field goal attempt for a touchdown.
Rico Alvarenga going to send it deep. A little bit of a squibber down to the corner. They're going to try and get a nice return out of this. Will Waukee has a little bit of room to work, but not a whole heck of a lot there beyond the 20-yard line. That's a really nice tackle by Andrew Price. And that's going to set Waukee up with 34 seconds at the 23-yard line. Let's get one more look at that block kick. McGregory is the one that comes through on that edge. And as a special teams player on that outside edge, you're taught to take the inside guy, not the outside.
Yep, and then he took the outside block. He came right up to that gap, and that's, that's his athleticism, took him in there and got to the kicker. I think he was surprised, too, to get in there as easy.
So Baker will go back into the shotgun, 4 wide. Let's see if Waukee can get any type of answer here. They're going to hand it off to Gamble. Gamble goes up the gut, picks up 6.
Gamble on the carry.
And that, I think, is going to send us into halftime. Baker might try to get one more play off here, but they're taking the signal in. I think they'll be able to get at least one play off. Baker in the shotgun, 4 wide once again, dropping back to pass. This is going to be a little bit of a quick out, but that throw is off the mark, so you're going to get a 3rd and 4 with 10 seconds left at the 29-yard line.
They'll probably take a running play here to see if they can, run the clock out, take in the halftime regroup. They're going to get the ball back here at the beginning of the second half, so you don't want to make a mistake at this point right before half.
Baker in shotgun one more time here as we have 10 seconds left. Going to hand it off to Gamble. Gamble out to the left side, seeing if anything can work there, but nothing really going. He's wrapped up and thrown to the turf as the clock stops with a quick timeout. 2 seconds left.
But stop automatically on the first down. So they're looking to see if he had the first down. There's 0.7 seconds left. So
he did. I think Gabe Baker will let this one go to half. Down 6.
Plays the first down. Timeout. Waukee. This is their first charge. Timeout a half.
He's got something dialed up. He's going to talk to his son a little bit here. He goes, so what do we have here with 0.7 seconds? So they want to try something deep downfield. If there is defensive pass interference, that's what you're looking for. It'll pick up 15 yards, and there'll be an untimed down. So look at what can they pick up? Can they run maybe a rub, maybe one of those pick plays we see often and hit somebody and use get into the open field?
That you play maybe a little bit of a run fake here and then try and hit somebody that leaks in as you catch a safety sleeping or even a hook and ladder here. I think anything in the playbook is available for Gabe Baker and his son Beckett Baker right now.
2 safeties are playing about 20, 25 yards off the line of scrimmage, keeping everything in front of them.
Beckett in the shotgun, dropping back, looking way deep. He's going to hurl it up high and deep. It is picked off. What a grab by Isaiah Pinks for the interception to end this half. That sends us into the break. 13-7. Valley over the Waukee Warriors. Jaden McGregory, Mr. Hero so far for the Tigers. We'll see how the final 24 plays out after the halftime.
Hey, you two, we all want to be winners, right? The winning drive comes from choosing unleaded 88, a cleaner burning fuel made from corn. That way, we all win. Now give me some weight. That's the winning drive. Now let's go get some tailgating snacks.
It's our construction sale here at DeArmond Ford Indianola. We're expanding and setting sales records. Check out our Flex Buys, the new way to buy. Save big with a new F-150 XLTs and the new 2024 Edge. Also save on new Ford Explorers and Expeditions. And check out all DeArmond certified used vehicles, all sold with a 1-year bumper-to-bumper warranty. Find out what's going on at DeArmond Ford Indianola. DeArmondFord.com.
Hi, Joe the Car Guy, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car is on injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible, so bring it here to Westside Auto. I have the team of experts that can fix every automotive injury, whether it's a fractured joint, a broken part, or if your car just got its bell rung. We'll do a complete physical to make sure your car is game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get you back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging out there. Move it, move it, move it.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if this year is anything like last year, folks are going to be coming in early to get things for their houses. What you need is a high-efficient gas insert from Heat & Glow. Come in now and beat the rush, and Heat & Glow will help you out with some special promotions on gas inserts. We'll be doing up to $200 off on our gas metal inserts to retrofit into your drafty old wood fireplace. Come early, beat the rush. Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
Welcome back into Waukee Stadium. A wild back and forth to an extent. I'd say it was a defensive onslaught in the first quarter. Things opened up a little bit in weird ways there in the second quarter. Once again, John Schaefer joined by Tim Haber. And Tim, it was a strange game in the sense you feel like Waukee has controlled much of it, but Valley sits ahead by 6.
Yeah, we're watching it. Really, we're talking about the running game in there. So we have 2 touchdown passes. We have a block punt for a touchdown. So, it seemed like Waukee's offense had done a good job, especially in that second quarter. They went the length of the field to get down there within range, trying a field goal attempt with less than a minute to go. And then strange turn of events. Big block there by McGregory. It's his show here tonight. With 2 big touchdowns. So I'd say we're looking for a wild second half.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, Waukee moving the ball through the air and on the ground. We probably expected a little bit more passing out of the Warriors, but Gamble has just been a hammer down there for the running back.
Yeah, he's done a really nice job. He's finding that he's very patient when watching his blocking set up. Whether it's the tight ends coming in there, he runs behind his tackles. Then he kicks it to the outside. He doesn't go. That's not his first go-to. He's also one of their leading pass receivers, so he does do a good job with their screen pass or little wheel routes to run to the outside. We haven't seen that tonight. Like you said, it's a little bit cooler out tonight, so we've seen some drops that run characteristic for some of these teams. So he's done a good job of moving this offense, very patient offense. We'll see how they do it. They roll out, whether they make adjustments to make it halftime because they get the ball right away here in the second half.
And then offensively for Valley, 2 big plays really are what put them in the end zone. You had obviously the nice little screen pass, but then the deep ball over the top to McGregory where safety bid on the run fake, which is always something that's hazardous when you're looking at a team that does run the ball as well as Valley.
Yeah. Waukee's done a good job keeping that running game in control. I think they're not letting him. They're moving the ball a little bit, but they're stopping him. They're getting in the backfield, making some tackles. They've given up just a couple big plays. The long touchdown pass there, the 71-yarder there for a touchdown there. So oddly, Waukee or the Valley has not had the offensive production, but they're leading here 13-7.
you know, when you look at both of these teams, they're very fit to be at the Dome next week. And I think what's going to determine their fate beyond tonight is going to be their defenses. And if they can slow down those staples of any team that they play. Now, I think Waukee has actually done a really nice job of making DeGroot be the guy that goes and wins this game. Unfortunately for them, DeGroot's made the plays when he needed to.
Yeah, he's doing just enough. I think he's matured, from the first time that he played them here. That was his first start.
Yeah.
He's really matured on, and he actually operates the offense very well. He doesn't turn the ball over. He doesn't run a whole lot, but he's very, very judicious when he does. So he's doing the right things to not lose the game for Valley that I see. Waukee's done, their keys are going through, the defense is playing well, so everything's kind of going to script that way. It's just the big plays. They have one turnover. That's a huge turnover with 30 seconds to go. We mentioned that earlier, that could be a key of the game. Also, with the missed extra point, we're at this odd number, 6-point differential. A touchdown and an extra point is going to give you the lead, not just tie the game. So see what adjustments come in the second half. And, does a field goal play in? Do we go more for a fourth down play to kind of keep the ball moving?
And then as you look ahead to the third quarter, I think you're right. Waukee does need to answer this first drive out of the half, because really what you don't want to do is give Valley the sense of we're in control.
Right.
And I think as you're Waukee, you've got to be methodical in this next drive. Eat a little bit of clock, make their offense operate cold when they get their first drive, because things have cooled off a little bit. You're going to be sitting on the sidelines for upwards of hopefully 4 to 5 minutes if you're Waukee, and it's tough to get your body up and ready for that first drive when you've been sitting as long as that.
You're right. I think the first drive coming out, what Waukee does not want to do is get the ball and go 3 and out. Yep. And get the ball back to Valley, because it's going to be a good field position. So that first drive here could dictate the game.
All righty, well, when we come back here on CISN with Valley and Waukee, we're only a few minutes away from kickoff of the second half. We'll talk a little bit more about what we expect to see here in the third quarter.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
It's our fall savings event now at DeYarmond Automotive Knoxville. Selling all new Chevy, GMC, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Rams. Incredible savings on the new Chevy Silverado and Sierra 1500. Save big on new Chevy Equinox. Get up to $10,000 off MSRP on new Ram 1500s. New Jeep Gladiators up to $10,000 off MSRP. And new Grand Cherokees with 10% off MSRP. It's the fall savings event at DeYarmond Automotive Knoxville.
Hi, Joe the Car Guy, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car is on injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible, so bring it here to Westside Auto. I have the team of experts that can fix every automotive injury, whether it's a fractured joint, a broken part, or if your car just got its bell rung. We'll do a complete physical to make sure your car is game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get you back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging out there, move it, move it, move it!
Hey, you two, we all want to be winners, right? The winning drive comes from choosing unleaded 88, a cleaner burning fuel made from corn. That way, we all win. Now give me some wings. That's the winning drive. Now let's go get some tailgating snacks.
New trucks are arriving daily during Schottenkirk Chevy's Truckload Kickoff event. Over 1,200 vehicles. WaukeeChevy.com. Inventory changes hourly. Don't see exactly what you want? Build, price, and order direct from the factory. To better serve you, we've doubled the size of our service department. We need more team members. Go to WaukeeChevy.com to see our job openings. The Truckload Kickoff event. Find new roads to Schottenkirk Waukee Chevy. WaukeeChevy.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if this year is anything like last year, folks are going to be coming in early to get things for their houses. What you need is a high-efficient gas insert from Heat & Glow. Come in now and beat the rush, and Heat and Glow will help you out with some special promotions on gas inserts. We'll be doing up to $200 off on our gas metal inserts to retrofit into your drafty old wood fireplace. Come early, beat the rush. Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
I'm Amanda with Holtz Plumbing and Heating. Did you know that your water heater is the hardest working appliance in your home? Depending on where you live, hard water and sediment can age out your water heater in as little as 8 years. Holtz stocks all the water heater options you would ever need, multiple tank sizes, styles, and very popular tankless options. Our plumbing professionals will deliver one to your home, remove the old one, and install your new one all in a day's work, even on weekends. For all your water heater needs, let Holt handle that.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Hey, you two, we all want to be winners, right? The winning drive comes from choosing unleaded 88, a cleaner burning fuel made from corn. That way, we all win. Now give me some weight. That's the winning drive. Now let's go get some tailgating snacks.
It's our construction sale here at DeArmond Ford Indianola. We're expanding and setting sales records. Check out our Flex Buys, the new way to buy. Save big with a new F-150 XLTs and the new 2024 Edge. Also save on new Ford Explorers and Expeditions. And check out all DeArmond certified used vehicles, all sold with a 1-year bumper-to-bumper warranty. Find out what's going on at DeArmond Ford Indianola. DeArmondFord.com.
Hi, Joe the Car Guy, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car is on injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible, so bring it here to Westside Auto. I have the team of experts that can fix every automotive injury, whether it's a fractured joint, a broken part, or if your car just got its bell rung. We'll do a complete physical to make sure your car is game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get you back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging out there, move it, move it, move it!
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if this year is anything like last year, folks are going to be coming in early to get things for their houses. What you need is a high-efficient gas insert from Heat and Glow. Come in now and beat the rush, and Heat and Glow will help you out with some special promotions on gas inserts. We'll be doing up to $200 off on our gas metal inserts to retrofit into your drafty old wood fireplace. Come early, beat the rush. Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
Welcome back into Waukee Stadium. 13-7, the Warriors leading, or trailing, I should say, the Valley Tigers. Thanks once again to a Jaden McGregory field goal blocked return for a touchdown. That's a mouthful to say, but what a play it was. I'm sure you'll see it plenty on CISN socials as we move not only through the rest of the evening, but into next week. Some quick scores from around the rest of the state. Keep in mind these are as updated as I've seen. We'll start with Centennial and Bettendorf, 14-0, right around half. Bettendorf leading Centennial currently. Creston and Webster City, that's a great battle up there. Creston up 28-19 currently. Glenwood, Bondurant-Farrar knocked off Pella last week. I saw Glenwood play Winterset earlier this year. This one's a battle that is very low-scoring second quarter, end of the second, so at half, 7-3 Glenwood leads. Grundy Center up on Dyke New Hartford, 21-0. ADM leading Lewis Central right now, 21-10. That could be an upset brewing if ADM holds on to that. I know the Tigers were highly ranked earlier in the season, but that would be an upset in my book. North Polk over Xavier right now, 10-7 at halftime. Underwood leading OAB-CIG 29-8. Solon up on West Delaware, 27-21. Southeast Polk leading Cedar Falls, 21-7 at half. West Hancock topping Wapsie Valley so far through a half of football, 24-14. And Mount Vernon up on Williamsburg, 21-17. Once again, about a minute left in the halftime clock. Waukee meeting at midfield, getting ready to try and mount the epic comeback. Keep in mind, Valley 4-5 on the season. Thanks to the RPI, was able to get into this playoffs. And they go and upset Pleasant Valley on the road. And right now they're 24 minutes away from a possible upset of Waukee, but the Warriors certainly have other things on their mind. And Tim, it's going to be a dandy of a second half.
Yeah, I think so. That, the halftime adjustments that you make coming out here, Valley's going to come out with a full head of steam, knowing that they were possibly going to go down 10-6 at halftime coming in, but a big play by Jaden McGregory coming in, not only blocking it, having the wherewithal to keep his feet, scoop the ball, and go down the sideline, running down the picket fence, for the touchdown. So this is going to be a wild second half. I think, the dome's on the line. I think, Waukee has, they've done some good things offensively. Are they going to come back and do it again?
And again, McGregory not only scoops scores, but it's a great effort here by Hurlbert to try and make the tackle, but McGregory just a little too quick, able to shed it. But Waukee does start with the ball, as we talked about coming out of that first break of halftime. I think it's imperative, if Waukee wants to win tonight, that they answer back on this drive accordingly and do it with some authority.
Yes, you want to get start here, you get the ball, get good field position, your goal is to get from the 25 or beyond. Then get your offense out there, find your rhythm early on, make the blocking assignments your coach talked about, what they're going to do, where they can attack this Valley defense, and move the ball.
Alvarenga back to kick off our second half. And it looks like you've got Henrik Nimley back to receive along with Jaden Jeter.
He did do a fair catch.
He fair caught it.
Yep.
And he's not going to return it. They'll start with it at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10.
Was number 8, waved his arm, back and forth.
No Cooper DeJean type controversy on this one tonight, Tim.
No, he called it right away. So they should get the ball at the 25 with that fair catch.
Sometimes it's almost like a baseball player, right? You're calling off your other guy and you don't even think. It's almost second nature to throw that hand up in the air. Unfortunately, the hand up in the air or anywhere waving apparently denotes a fair catch, whether that be legal or illegal. Just ask Cooper DeJean. Sorry about that.
It's 1st and 10 to the 5-yard. I thought that if he fair caught it, that they would automatically go to the 25. They're saying that by attempting of the run, that he downed the ball.
Gabe Baker having a conversation with the sideline official, saying, why isn't that at the 20? Even the scoreboard operator figured it'd be at the 20, but instead we're going to start it at the 6-yard line. 1st and 10, and that's not where Waukee wants to be to start this, but they will have to subside. The handoff to Gamble. Gamble has plenty of room off the left, a little shimmy, stiff arm. He stays on his feet before being met by a wall of white. That's a nice tackle by McGregory in there to at least hold him up, but that's a great run by Gamble to pick up 8 yards on the play and give them some room to breathe.
Yeah, a good block there by Charlie Cross, the tight end. Got out there, got into the linebacker, created that, allowing Gamble to bounce to the outside to pick up, big yards, get out of the shadow of the goalpost here.
So Baker in shotgun, Gamble to his right. He's going to send a man in motion. takes a snap, hands it off. Gamble with a little bit of room, but not much more brewing there, and that's a big tackle, and it's tough to break through Naba there, who met him at the line.
Just enough there. The official makes the signal that he did get the first down. He had enough momentum there, so they are moving the chain. So 2 plays, they do get a first down and getting it out just beyond the 15-yard line.
And Waukee going to milk a little clock here as well. As I had mentioned, I think it's a smart play by Gabe Baker, the head coach for Waukee in his 3rd season, to eat up as much time on this drive as possible and make Valley operate maybe a little bit cold. Baker in the shotgun now. On the counter, it goes Gamble. Gamble nowhere to go once again. This time, it's Alonzo Jimenez, and Jimenez just an absolute mammoth of a man down there, and that's only a pickup of 1.
Yeah, 3 straight plays going to Gamble there, trying to find something to the outside. Trying to find that soft spot in his defense. There's not many out there. Those defensive tackles, the interior line of Valley, very stout, very gap conscious there that they're hard to move out. Finding a running lane.
In terms of the game plan, though, it's like a boxing match right now. These are jabs. These aren't the haymakers that Waukee's going to try and deliver. They're just jab, jab, jab. Keep Valley honest as Gamble goes up for another pickup of 2. It's going to be 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7. But keep in mind, the haymaker is going to come on probably a play-action pass.
Yeah, you do have a very mobile quarterback there. He does like to roll out, so he's got the whole wide side to the left side of the formation here. See if he wants to do something, either a bubble screen out here, but usually looking at you have critical yardage here. You need 8 yards, at least 7 to probably closer to 8 yards to pick up a first down.
Grant Gamble in the backfield with Baker. Baker in the shotgun. Going to roll out to his left. He's looking to the sideline. That's a great pitch and catch. What a throw by Baker, and he finds one of his favorite targets in Cooper Andrews, the senior wideout. He brings it in, and that's one of those times where Waukee able to make the catch and move the chains.
Yeah, that quarterback rollout buys you a lot more time. The defensive secondary has to cover a lot more ground. If you went up the seam, cut it to the outside, a nice down and out, right on his fingertips, good pass and catch. Throwing from your left is a little bit more difficult than your right.
In the pistol now, Baker sends a man in motion, fullback 36 there. They're going to fake the handoff, rolls out right, looking back to the screen. Thankfully, I think, for Gamble, that one wasn't completed because he had a defender on his back.
Yeah, Castle was there, ready to make the tackle. So sometimes an incompletion is the best thing to go, live for another down.
2nd and 10 from the 32. Waukee doesn't huddle much offensively. They're still taking their time, but they very much operate as they look to the sideline, get your signal, and here we go. Baker in the shotgun once again. Gamble to his left. 4 wide receivers on the play. 4 down linemen for Valley going to bring the rush. Quick hitter. It goes off of the blocking. It looked like a swing block coming out there by 73 for Waukee, and the ball bounces off Andrew Hines' head. And I like the effort by Cooper Andrews, but just let that one fall to the turf probably.
Right. I think instead of taking the catch and causing, loss of yards, so now you're bringing up a 3rd and 10. There's a pretty tight window in there. There's a lot of congestion, a lot of players in there. So wide side to the right side, see if he wants to roll out, do the opposite, going to his right, trying to find a receiver cutting back.
Baker in the shotgun, 3 wide up top, 1 lone receiver down low. They're going to hand it off. Gamble has a ton of room, and he's going to get down to the first down marker, 42-yard line, and that is a massive 10-yard pickup for the Waukee Warriors. Should reset the chains.
Great blocking up there. We got Hine in there, the senior, blocking in. As they're expecting pass, he sealed the rush. They had a 3-man rush on there, kicked it to the inside, causing a big outside lane there. So very smart call there. Catching the Valley defense in more of a prevent on a 3rd and long, giving up some big running yards.
Baker looking at the sideline, wondering, what's the call, Coach? What's the call? Maybe even what's the call, Dad?
Yeah.
He now lines up in shotgun, sends a man in motion. They're going to fake it. Quick hitter out wide to the right. Makes 1 man miss, cannot make another man miss. Henrik Nimley on the reception, and that's going to be a loss of a yard.
Trying to find something out there. Charlie Cross trying to block for his receiver, create something out there. It's a good idea. They're But Valley's playing that really tight on the corners, coming up quickly when they go wide. So look for it maybe later on, a pump fake and let him do the fly pattern and hit him something deep.
Isaiah Pinkson on the tackle on that last play. They're going to go 3 wide down low for Baker. Going to hand it off inside to Gamble. Gamble has a seam, but it then gets met after getting 2 yards on the pickup, and he's tossed to the turf.
Gamble the ball carrier.
That brings up a 3rd and 9 from the 43, and we are almost 5 minutes into this third quarter now.
Valley stays with that 3 down lineman. Naba comes out. A little more of a speed rush. Put pressure on the quarterback.
Baker in shotgun, going to roll out to his left once again, one of his comfortable spots. Getting a block from Gamble out to the left, but then absolutely met. That's a coverage sack if I've ever seen one. But there to finish it off, who else but Nick Van Arkel.
Van Arkel's assignment on that is look at the quarterback when he rolls out. You shadow him all the way down there. Do not let him cut up field to pick up a big first down. So he made the tackle there for no gain. But at least Waukee got out. They started the 5-yard line. They got out to the 40. So with the punt here, good coverage. At least flip the field back where Valley has to start deep.
And you've got Hurlbert back to punt. 2 receivers back, McGregory and Pinks. The left-footed punt's just going to sail lightly down to the 35, take a bounce, and then it's going to be downed at the 33 of Valley. And that's where the Tigers will start with their first possession of the second half. Quick score update out of East High Stadium, or Williams Stadium, I should say. Ankeny leading Dowling 14-7. Currently, that is a little bit of a surprise maybe to some, but Ankeny you knew was going to be ready for the moment. Dowling a perennial again, and I think they would be considered the team to beat in Class 5A this season.
Yeah, Dowling has been toying with, being number 1, occasionally number 2 in the rankings throughout the whole season. Southeast Polk and Dowling on there, so this is a home game for them. That's Ankeny, don't say that they've gotten better as the season's gone on as they settle in with the new head coach.
DeGroot in the pistol, going to hand it off to Head. Head bouncing it out left. A wall of blockers opens up a lane for him. He picks up 8 yards, and that's going to give us a 2nd and 2 at the 41.
Good patient running by Head, going out there, not trying to force the issue, but following his blockers, going where the scrum was taking him all the way out, picking up an 8-yard gain. So the defense has to adjust here. They don't want to have to give him another first down.
2nd and 2, 5:45 on the clock here, just under. From the 41 in the third quarter, 13-7 football game. DeGroot takes it, hands it off, but absolutely met in the backfield. What a play. Sonny Salkic again, and that's going to be a TFL. All right, they're going to give him the line of scrimmage. Sure felt like a TFL.
It should have been. He hit him in the backfield. It's surprising that Head was able to at least gain to no gain.
Salkic, we've called his name a couple of times, and he's been in the backfield to disrupt some things. This is a big third down. If you can get a 3-and-out here from Valley, I'd say Waukee's winning this quarter at least. DeGroot shotgun, going to hand it off. Who else? That's a big run by Darius Mason, and you knew Mason was going to get the ball if he's lined up in the backfield. He picks up 7 yards on that one down to the 48-yard line. And a new set of downs as the chains reset.
Took it right upside inside the guard. Nolan Anderson, the big senior offensive lineman, 6'5", 272, got a good seal block there. Creating just enough of a hole for him to pick up the first down.
Darius Mason maybe a little bit of a limp in that right leg after taking the hit there, but he's going to remain on the field as Valley going to reset the play here after seeing the Waukee defense. 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. Mason in the backfield next to DeGroot. DeGroot dropping back, quick hitter. He finds his man Craycraft. Craycraft working it outside. Going to get swung down and flung down to the 40-yard line. Craycraft, the senior, he'll take the first down.
Tate Garrison on the tackle there, good tight coverage, but a little bit of cushion. They were expecting more of a running game there. Passing on the first down is not normal what Valley does on offense. So they got a drive, got a couple first downs here. They're up at the 40-yard line.
Keeping that Waukee defense honest. You don't want them to load the box or let them know, hey, if you load the box, we're going to take our shots. 2 wide up top. Handoff going to go into Head. Head bobbling the handoff a little bit, fends off with a strong stiff arm there, picks up 3 yards, and that was a vicious stiff arm from Head.
Yeah, he got there. I thought he was going to be about a 3-yard loss, but, good job by the defense getting there in the backfield.
That'll give us a 2nd and 7 at the 37, but again, I really like what Waukee's done. They just haven't been able to really get any penetration into the backfield against this Valley offensive line.
And Sean Camara, playing more of a nose tackle in there, getting in the backfield that previous play.
Head remains in the backfield. He'll take the handoff, goes off the left side, trying to fight off another tackler. He's going to get down to the 45, just inside maybe. Taken down at the 44 is where they will mark him. Or I'm sorry, the 34. My yardage is just a little off.
Yeah.
We're going to make it a 110-yard field and call this Canadian football one of these days.
Camara in there, in on the tackle. Also, Nathan Delmery, the junior, plays more like a stand-up and outside linebacker rush. He does a good job pitching that down there. So they've done a good job here. It's a critical down here, 3rd and 5. They don't want to give up a first down. This would be good field position to stop them. So they're at the 34-yard line, 3rd and 5.
3 wide. They're going to hand it off, though. Once again, Darius Mason. Oh, fake the handoff to Darius Mason. It's a keeper from DeGroot. Great play call by DeGroot. They watch that end collapse in, thinking that Mason's going to keep the ball. He bounces it outside. That is a textbook read option for the quarterback.
Yeah, you're eager to get down there and crash down on the tailback. Mason, he's carried the ball, the load there, so if you get there, you get that step, the quarterback can bounce at the outside. There's nobody there to contain him. Easy pickup of 6 yards and a first down.
And just like that, we're under 2:15 left in the third quarter. Clock ticking away as the clock has just been moving all night long here in the third. DeGroot in the shotgun after 2 in motion, going to hand it off. This time Mason does get it, and he's going to rumble ahead for a pickup of 7. And Valley more than happy to just keep running the ball like that.
Yes, for Valley, those are chunk yards. 7 yards at a time is a chunk yard. But if you get them on first down, that's key. Opens up your playbook because then once again the defense is looking on the inside. You think you're going to run it for a first down. Your short passing game is open. You're almost in that red zone offense now, so a lot of things can be dialed up there. And you're getting a defense that's been on the field for a while here. It's been a long drive here.
About 5 minutes on it. You're right there, Tim. DeGroot in shotgun, sends 2 more in motion. Tight pack set here of wideouts, but they are going to pass. Looks like they're looking for the screen, but instead DeGroot rolls out to his right. Has time. Man wide open in the middle of the field. That's Shaden Brown finding the touchdown. And just like that, Valley about to make this a 13-point game with a PAT. Great job by DeGroot working into the open field and finding the open Jaden Brown.
Yeah, he had a lot of time back there. Noah Kaycraft cleared the coverage back there, went to the end zone. He wanted to go to him. He stopped, and then he saw him open down the middle. He was wide open. Safety coverage was not there.
Untouched. And Valley, just like that, a 2-score game or 2-possession game for them. They are going to try and extend this to a 21-7 lead and go for 2 here. And it's a smart play by Gary Swenson. Minute 15 left in the third quarter. DeGroot shotgun, sends a man in motion. He's going to roll out to his right. Looks like we've got a flag on the play.
Possibly we got, a receiver moving too quickly off the line of scrimmage.
Head ball, false start, offense, number 1, 5-yard penalty, attempt to try.
Does that change their play call?
It looks like it will. They're going to bring in a different set of, looks like they're going to try and go for the PAT now.
So it's a 12-point differential. So this would bring it to a 13.
And they are going to set up for the PAT. Once again, Rico Alvarenga did miss his first PAT attempt of the night. Doinked it off the right upright, going to the north side of the field.
To move the previous spot, they've now placed the ball in the middle for the try.
And there you hear it. Ball being placed in the middle as they reset. Kicker has the option even on the penalty. So this will be a roughly 26-yard attempt for the PAT from Alvarenga. Snap, hold, gets down, and that is through the uprights. That makes it a 20-7 game. Valley Tigers putting Waukee on upset alert as we have a minute 15 left in the third quarter. Can Waukee answer? We find out after the break.
Trucks are arriving daily during Schottenkirk Chevy's Truckload Kickoff event. Over 1,200 vehicles. WaukeeChevy.com. Inventory changes hourly. Don't see exactly what you want? Build, price, and order direct from the factory. To better serve you, we've doubled the size of our service department. We need more team members. Go to WaukeeChevy.com to see our job openings. The Truckload Kickoff event. Find new roads to Schottenkirk Waukee Chevy. WaukeeChevy.com.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
And we have a 20-7 football game. The Valley Tigers trying to get back to the Dome. Countless trips there for them. Waukee trying to get back for the first time in about 5-6 years. First time since the split for them if they can complete a comeback, but they have a tall task ahead of them as Alvarenga delivers it deep. It's Jeter and Nimley waiting for it. That ball goes to Nimley. Nimley fields it at the 5. He's got a little bit of wiggle room to work there, takes it out to the 28-yard line, and that's where Waukee will start this next drive. Keep in mind, they ate up about 6-7 minutes with their first drive, but only to get it about 35 yards.
Yeah, there was a big drive there, but took it, stopped Waukee there, got them to the midfield, took their, good field position, time off the clock. Time is now definitely a friend for Valley because you got a 2-score game here. Now, with a minute to go, Waukee does have that quick strike ability. See if they open up the offense here, do something deep, challenges Valley defense to get a score here quickly.
Absolutely. Baker in the shotgun, 3 wide. You got Gamble in the backfield with him once again, sends a man in motion. Baker takes the snap, hands off to Gamble. Gamble off the left side, has a little bit of room to work, and he's taken down after a pick up of 4 yards. That sets up a 2nd and 6. Clock ticking under a minute now in the third quarter. And I think if you're Waukee here, you don't necessarily have to rush. You have to execute. I think that's the big thing. You have to score once to even make this a reasonable game.
Yeah, gain yards on every possession that you have. Move the ball down the field.
Under 40 we go. Baker in the shotgun. We have another flag. Looked like a false start on the top of the screen there. A wide receiver jumping. And that's a tough one. As a wideout, obviously you're looking to make a play, but that's one you want back.
When you have that shift out there, you think you're making motion, so you don't have to just make a little bit of a wiggle. They're going to throw the flag on you. What they're seeing when they run a receiver in motion across the formation, they're looking to see what the defense is doing. The defense is not moving, so that means that they're going to go straight zone. So you're facing a zone secondary. So you're looking for the pockets that are in the zone there where someone can settle down and get a reception.
Under 30 we go. Baker in the shotgun, fakes the throw. He's handing it off to Gamble. Gamble, though, nowhere to go. Gets back to the line of scrimmage as it was 2nd and 11 there. And that is going to take us, I think, likely to the end of the third quarter with the Valley Tigers leading 20-7. 2 big plays in the first half, but it's Jaden Brown making this a 2-touchdown game. And that will take us into the third quarter. As we mentioned, the Tigers 12 minutes away from another trip to the Unidome. Waukee, though, they've got plenty of fight left in them. We'll find out how this one plays out when we come back.
It's our fall savings event now at DeYarmond Automotive Knoxville. Selling all new Chevy, GMC, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Rams. Incredible savings on the new Chevy Silverado and Sierra 1500. Save big on new Chevy Equinox. Get up to $10,000 off MSRP on new Ram 1500s. New Jeep Gladiators up to $10,000 off MSRP. And new Grand Cherokees with 10% off MSRP. It's the fall savings event at DeYarmond Automotive Knoxville.
And we're back inside of Waukee Stadium, a party in the USA going on a little bit here as we reset. 12 minutes to go in this one. Baker dropping back to pass. Off the play fake, he's going to bring it down. Looks deep. Does he have a man? Yes, he does. It's Nimley. It's off of his hands and incomplete.
You looked up there. He had to come, backing over his shoulder a little bit. He had blown past the secondary.
That's a heartbreaker for Nimley, who's had a pretty good night overall. I think that's one he wants back, certainly, because if he does haul that one in, he has a house call to the land of 6.
The Baker did a nice job rolling out. Looked like he was going to take off and run, but on a third down, he wanted to get something. Looked downfield, kept his eyes down the field, finding that receiver there. So there's potential to break this secondary, go over the top.
Waukee now forced to punt, 11:52 to go. They're going to give the Tigers the ball back. Hurlbert, That's going to be fair caught by Pinks at the 37-yard line as Valley will now set up shop. And we kind of mentioned it in the break there, Tim. Valley certainly has the capability to just keep running and running and running. And with that, the clock keeps running and running and running.
Yeah, you don't look for them to dance outside. I think they're going to definitely keep it between the hashes there. They've shown an ability to run the ball quite well. Then also, short passes, keep the ball moving, keep it in the field of play. Because right now, even if they run and they have to punt, they're going to give them a short field, and the clock keeps running.
They'll start on the far hash, 2 wide receivers. Damon Head in the backfield behind the group. 2 tight ends set for Gary Swenson's Tigers offense as they look to the sidelines, and it looks like Waukee is loading up the box, knowing exactly what's coming. Shotgun takes the handoff, fakes the handoff. DeGroot looking wide open, almost hauled in by Brown, but he bobbles it off his hands. If he brings that one in, it's another house call for the sophomore wideout.
Several plays we saw to go to Jaden McGregory earlier on. He got there past the corner. They're seeing the safeties are coming up, watching the dive. You get a one-on-one coverage on the corner out there. He gets burnt. He can't keep up with that speed, so that was
Love that play call, though. Love the play call. You know Waukee's loading up. They're going to bite on a run thinking you guys are going to try and eat up clock, so why not take a shot there?
And we're calling for run up here. That's why we're up here.
Exactly why we're not down there as we go shotgun. 2 men in motion, 2 wide receivers down low to the near side of the screen. They do hand off to Head this time. He gets up 1 yard, 2 yard, 3 yard. He's going to keep the legs churning all the way for a 4-yard pickup. And the Valley Tigers will have a 3rd and 6.
Yeah, he had gained most of those yards on his own. They did a great job of running there. He is a load to bring down, so he stays in. I think I'm trying to look to see if he's still on the – yep, he's still in the backfield, so –
they're going to run a 2 running back set here. They do have Darius Mason in the backfield as well. And every time we've seen both backs on the field, they've run the 2-back set out of the shotgun. One guy typically goes in motion if it's a pass. Otherwise, Mason would lead as a blocker. They go 1 running back set. So once again, a reason why I'm up here. Head the little pitch forward. He's got a little room, cuts it back upfield, 1st down and more. Sheds another tackler, brought down inside the 40. And Valley is cooking with fire now, folks.
Yeah, great job there, blocking out front. They got that little jet sweep to come out there. Number 74, Nolan Anderson, another senior, 6'5", 272. Imagine that coming around the outside, causing a block.
Another look at it there. You called it perfectly, partner.
That's what you want to see is that the big guys getting out there. They love getting out there in a linebacker, but that creates a big play there. So, but we're expecting to run inside the tackles we called earlier. They've done nothing like that. But they're gaining some big yards. Clock is now ticking in. They're already at the inside the 40.
And that's my apology, Jaden Brown. We've been calling his name plenty. That was him on that last carry. Now it does go to Mason. Mason rumbles and stumbles ahead. A 6-yard gain for him. 5-yard gain for him. We'll call it down inside the 35 to the 34. He reminds me a little bit of a shorter version of a Derrick Henry, right? He's a guy that if he gets his steam rolling, it's going to be tough to chop him down. So you've got to meet him early.
Or if you're a little older, Jerome Bettis, played for Pittsburgh, gets there and take it upfield. Carter Johnson there stepped up there to make the that was Mason Brooks that stopped and got the tackle there.
Darius Mason again in the running back spot. Takes the handoff, slips, and he goes no gain there. That'll bring up a 3rd and 5 from the 34. 9:30 left to play in this one as the Valley Tigers hold on to a 13-point lead.
This is the critical down here. This 3rd and 5. They got to to stop them here. Don't let them get a first down because, Valley's, they've opened up the playbook that we've seen here. They're doing jet sweeps. They've done a pass on a first down. So
4 down territory once again for Gary Swenson, I'm assuming here. Snap. Fakes the handoff to Groot, rolls out right. Pump fakes. He's going to run it back up the middle, just looking for somewhere to go. And he's run out of bounds back at the 34. No gain. Good job, though, to not throw the ball and turn it over there.
Yeah, it might have lost a yard on the play, so good pursuit there. I thought he was going to have some running room, but very quick pursuit by the defense.
Waukee doing a nice job in coverage there, too, sticking to their assignments. Great pressure in the backfield and really nowhere to even get his eyes up. And that does bring on a 4th and 6. And I wonder here if they'll take another delay and try and punt it away, pin Waukee deep, and make them try and march 90 yards down the field to get this to a 1-score game.
I've seen quarterbacks take the snap here, look like they're going to go into shotgun and then pooch punt it because you don't need much here.
Play clock under 5. They do snap it to Groot. Looking to pass, steps up in the pocket, floats one, picked off, and going the other way. What a play it is by Sam Diner. And Diner has his team's momentum swinging back Waukee's way.
That's what they needed. That was a critical point there because they were driving down there. They needed something big to happen. They needed a turnover to go in their favor, so he picked it, stepped in front. Quarterback being flushed, saw an open receiver flash. He went down there. Throw in the middle of the field is always dangerous, and he sat back and read that perfectly and got the ball up to the 42-yard line. So see if the Waukee offense at 8:50 to go, they need 2 scores, so they can't a time-consuming drive, but they got to get a score here on this drive.
Sam Diener on the interception has Waukee now at the 42-yard line, steps in front of the pass by DeGroot, and now Baker will go to work at quarterback in the shotgun, hands off to Gamble. Gamble looking to pass the halfback pass, has a man open down the sidelines, but it is dropped in just in front of his wide receiver. That was Cooper Andrews. If we have a replay, let's see it, because Andrews just watches it fall. It may have been a little bit of an augmented view as the defender steps in. Here is your look at it. Nice shot by the defender, but truthfully, great play design.
I'd say McGregory just made another big play in the game. He got his fingertips on there and tipped it away at the last minute. So that's another play. Block punt, return touchdown, and then game-saving interception or tip ball.
Baker back to pass, under pressure, screen ball to Gamble, but Gamble has nowhere to go because Valley sniffed that puppy out. 4-yard loss.
Yeah, they were keying on that. They've seen that on game film. They know they like to run that play because Gamble is their leading receiver, so they like to go to that play. They read the linemen, and the linemen roll out there, don't really block, let people through.
Another quick score update. I can't remember if we got to it, but 14-14 Centennial now tied with Bettendorf out east. Will we see an all-Central Iowa Final Four at the Dome next week? Valley would love to punch their ticket, but Waukee taking another shot. Baker with the arm shows it off, but sails it past his wide receiver. Baker tapping on his chest saying, "That's on me, guys." We're going to get a 4th and 13, and you have to go for it at this point. 8:04 left in the game, down 2 scores. But again, what do I know as we trot the punt team out there and try and flip field? But at some point, you've got to take a shot here if you're Gabe Baker.
Yeah, he had Yazzie out there, but he overthrew him a little bit. If you'd have underthrown the ball, he was open underneath that one. That's where the back shoulder is very popular. So see if they're going to go with the punt. It's still too long for a fake punt, but they need to get a good punt down here and pin Valley back in their own part of the field.
Valley kind of in a safety coverage here. The punt is low. It's going to bounce at the 27, fielded in the backfield. A fair catch by McGregory. Looked like he wanted to run with it, so I don't necessarily blame the gunner there for trying to go and make a tackle.
Yeah, so there is no penalty there, but and they're saying that he did fair catch it, then took off running.
I don't mind a no flag on either side on that one. You know, both guys tried to make a play.
The receiver gave an invalid fair catch. Probably place where he caught the ball. First down, Valley.
Invalid fair catches still haunting Iowa Hawkeye fans, and if you're a Hawkeye fan and a Valley fan, well, it's been a tough, probably PTSD moment for you there, but that's okay. Valley takes over now at the 19-yard line, 1st and 10, 7:56 to play in this one. They're up 20-7. And they're going to hand it off up the middle once again. It goes Damon Head.
Yep.
Cool. Tedesco coming up to make the tackle.
Tedesco on the tackle.
Yeah, good tackle there. You know, the interception goes for naught. They couldn't, convert on it, going for passing out. So now that clock is going to run with the running game. They're going to key on that inside tackle. So see if this defense at the ends come crashing down. That does open up the availability for the quarterback to roll out, for short little, out passes, quarterback roll out, or you can see the jet sweep here because of the defense overcommitting.
Drake DeGroot remains at quarterback. The sophomores look sharp tonight. He's got Head behind him, 2 wideouts, 2 tight ends, and they're going to hand it off once again to Head. Head with a little bit of steam. He gets a head of steam going, and he's going to make it a 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 3 or so as he gets out past the 25. They'll mark him at the 26. And that's going to give us a 3rd and 3. Valley picks this one up, and boy, is it going to be a tough hill to climb if you're Waukee. A huge play here for the Warriors.
You start looking at the clocks are ticking away. You start using your timeouts now to keep the clock from running because we're looking at, obviously, is they running down here in a 3rd and 3.
Out of the shotgun, 2 wide again. Valley taking their time. 12, 11, 10 on the play clock. 6:33 to go in this one. DeGroot takes the snap, drops back, quick hitter out to Craycraft. That one goes off his hands. He was just looking for the quick first down, got to the sticks and took a kneel there, but could not bring in the throw, a little bit low. And that does bring up a 4th and 3 for Valley, who you have to punt from this spot on the field.
Did him a big favor there. 1, they didn't complete the pass. 2, the clock stops on that, so it creates a 4th and 3. Valley was looking there. I would say the wise part would be, punt the ball away, force Waukee to go the length of the field to at least get their first touchdown out of the second half.
And Valley will punt. We see Alvarenga out there once again, and back to receive it is Mr. Gamble. He's been a busy man, has Grant Gamble tonight. And this could be an opportunity if he gets something that he can field to maybe create a little bit more momentum.
Defense is going to set up the punt return.
And they're going to wait on the official here for a call.
They had substitution there, so letting both sides make sure they get their substitutions in. So I think they can start then now the play clock.
Something's going on with someone behind the end zone. For Waukee. I'm just trying to soak it in. I'm not going to commentate or speculate on anything going on right now. We do have a walkie-talkie. Nowadays there are teams that use drones in game, and maybe that's something that did pop up. Oh, a whistle from the crowd. I mean, if it's anything like a referee whistle, I get it, but parents hoot and holler, students whistle, Alvarenga gets it away. It's a high lofted punt, but it doesn't make it past the 50. Takes a big hop, and that's going to die right at the 49 to 50-yard line. So Waukee with 50 yards to go here to try and make this a one-score game.
Yeah, hit the big purple W out there and checked up, kind of like your wedge shot there, right? When you're
I'm that good where I can just dial it in right there on the 50 like that. I'm pretty good inside of 100 there.
Looks more like my drive sometimes. It goes up in the air and dies, there. But no, this is we talked about, this is another key down. 6:15. They need to score here and score somewhat quickly. We're looking at, we want to score that, put some, some time back in the clock. They still have all their timeouts. See if they get that passing play going.
6:15 to go. Baker in motion, or sends a man in motion, drops back to pass. I'd expect to see him do this plenty. Takes off, runs with it, breaks through, picks up 7. With the clock ticking down to 6 minutes remaining, that's going to be a 2nd and 3 inside the 45, and Waukee going to go hurry up here.
Castle did a good job there, keying on the quarterback, not letting him get away because there's a lot of green field in front of him, probably prevented like a 20-yard run.
Out of the pistol, going to hand it off to Gamble. Gamble off the right side, getting a block, but not much running room there. Valley doing a nice job in pursuit. Chopped down on the outside. That is a great hit by Isaiah Pinks.
Yeah, Pinks came up there, really forced it down there. I'm surprised that Gamble got that many yards on that play. It does bring up a 3rd and very short about a yard to go. So the key now is to get a first down, so you get a new set of downs to work with.
Baker in the shotgun, hands off to Gamble once again. Gamble just trying to get to that first down and move the sticks, but he's cut down at the 39, or at the 41, I'm sorry, and he's going to be a yard short, forcing a 4th and 1 with 5:12 to play, and you got to keep moving quickly here if you're Waukee.
They're bringing in a bit heavier pack, changing out their lineman, quarterback leading on a 4th and 1.
Expect to run here. You cannot risk.
They're going to crash their outside ends.
QB sneak off the right side. He gets across the 40 down inside to the 39. He goes. I mean, Tim, if he bounces that outside, it looked like there's some maybe daylight there, but you'll take the first down, under 5 to play.
Very patient running by him because he took it outside instead between the guard and the center, he took it between the guard and tackle. That's where he found the room because they had pinched down so much. So new set of downs for Waukee.
Baker in the shotgun once again, 4 wide, dropping back to pass. Looking out left, rolls out left. He's looking, nowhere to go. He's going to tuck it and run. Picks up 2. Great coverage by Valley. They're really trying not to bring too much pressure, dropping plenty into coverage. They know that the clock is their best friend right now.
Yeah, even though you got a couple yards in the play, he landed in bounds, so the clock's going to continue to run.
Brings up a 2nd and 8. Sticks do not appear right here at the 37, but they're going to swing pass out to Gamble out to the right. Gamble makes one man miss, makes another man miss, but that is about all he can do. What a tackle. Lovely job done there by Andrew Price, the junior safety coming up. He was maybe the 3rd man in on it, so nice job by Valley to push Gamble back inside where Price could make that tackle.
Yeah, they know that Gamble's the key to this drive here along with the quarterback, so they're really going to shadow them. Make sure someone's scouting him all the way through, that they do not, make a big play here.
3rd and 9, Baker in the shotgun. Takes it. It's pitch, caught. Nice little catch there, but that's not going to move the chains. As I bump my director's water bottle there, just throwing hands everywhere. Charlie Cross on the reception, and that's going to bring us up to a 4th and 5. 3:25, 3:24. The clock working once again. Gabe Baker calling for a timeout to the sideline official there, and he's probably going to want 5 seconds back on the clock if he can get it for this 4th and 5 play, 34. And we are going to stay right here. Really quick score update. Ankeny upsets Dowling Catholic, 14-7 the final from East Williams Stadium over there. And Ankeny heading back to the Dome. Boy, have they put together a nice run here late.
They did, that's a first-year coach there. That Bauer's doing a really good job there. Those seniors have stepped up. Paul Yeager's at the game and the sideline, but he reported to me that Ankeny had one 10-play from the 14-yard line down for a touchdown, and they've also been – the defense played lights out. Obviously, they kept Dowling in check, so that is a major upset. But not surprising in the CIML. They did the Central Iowa plays – you got to bring it every game because obviously the game tonight that Valley coming in 4-5 the regular season is really giving Waukee a game.
Centennial also up 35-14 on Bettendorf. 9:04 to play in that one. We're going to see the Jags and the Hawks back in the Dome. Will it be Valley or can Waukee mount an improbable comeback? 4th and 5 will decide if this one stays in the hands of Waukee. Baker in the shotgun, rolling out left, has a little bit of room, throws it. It is off the mark and incomplete. Valley takes the ball over on downs. 3:13 left in this one, 20-7. The Tigers will get the ball and try and run the clock out on this one.
Van Arkel came in there, forced the pressure. Then also that, Cole Welby came in to finish it where there was no running room there for Baker, so he had to throw it, and he's rolling to his left, which is much more difficult to get, a more accurate pass here. So now, with 2 timeouts left, 3:13, Waukee's going to have to stop and burn both timeouts to have a chance.
One first down here should put it to bed for Valley.
That could probably do it. We're going to see a heavy dose. See who lines up in the running back position here.
Heavy package for the Tigers. You've got Head in the backfield. 2 wide, but fully expect this to be run right down the throat of Waukee. Bouncing it outside goes Head, trying to eat up a little bit more clock. Picks up 4. Or 3, I should say, bringing us a 2nd and 7 as we go under 3 minutes to play in this one. Gabe Baker, the head coach for Waukee, waiting to use up his 2 timeouts here as the clock continues to tick away. This ball will not be snapped until there's about 2 left on that play clock.
Yeah, they're going to probably snap the ball with around 2:30 left to go. They need to get a stop here. Then they'll start burning 2 timeouts with a 3rd and 4th down.
2nd and 7. Out of the shotgun goes DeGroot. He's got Mason to his left. Sends Craycraft in motion. Mason takes the handoff right up the gut, met by a wall of black uniforms representing Waukee. And there is the timeout from the Warriors after a minimal pickup of just a half yard to a yard.
Yeah, good job there by the defense.
Timeout, Waukee. This is their second.
We'll make it a 3rd and 7 from the 37-yard line. 2:25 to play. Valley with all 3 timeouts. But Gary Swenson just 225 or so away from his 398th win. Tim, I was telling you before the game, if Valley were to go to the championship game and they would win, that would mark his 400th win as well. Not to get ahead of ourselves by any stretch of the imagination, but the Tigers have looked very good tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure that Gary Swenson, that's the last thing on his mind is thinking of number 400. He wants 398 in the worst way here. He's put his team in position here. They played well, made a couple of big plays in this game, have really, turned it around. That has made it very difficult. And also running the clock. They did a really good job, but they've controlled the clock the second half. That Waukee's really had very little chance and then forcing them to press into coverage. So
mistake-free football is a staple of Gary Swenson come postseason, and that's what Valley's done tonight. Very minimal mistakes. We haven't really seen anything that's cost them big time as DeGroot goes into shotgun, the pistol formation. He's got Mason into the backfield once again, going to hand it off. Mason churning those legs, and are they going to give him the spot? They're going to mark it down just before the 44-yard line. They're going to make it a 4th
and 1. He's about a yard short.
Which is going to force the punt from Valley with 2:17 left. And there goes Waukee's last time out. Keep in mind, clock does stop on first downs in high school.
Yep.
Out of bounds plays as well, so you'd expect Gabe Baker to dial up passing plays to the boundary, pick up what you can, but don't stay in bounds.
Now, if you're Valley, if you're Swenson, do you put Mason in the backfield? You need 1 yard because a first down here ends the game. Do you dial it up with a 13-point lead?
I mean, at this point, why not? But I think Gary Swenson's a little bit of an old school guy and would say, we'll just punt it. But what do I know? We'll see who they trot out here. If it's me, I punt it away.
If they line up a punt formation, we can see probably Waukee going there, going for the punt block.
Yep.
Forcing them, because last punt was pretty much a pooch punt. They came out, they only covered 20 yards, so they want to get the pressure on the punter.
Student section is thinned out a bit here for Waukee. Valley student section loving life over there on the far side as well.
Doesn't seem as cold over there as it does on this side of the field,
Still very little wind, maybe a little bit out of the north. It would appear supposed to be a nice weekend here across Central Iowa. They are going to go under center. DeGroot.
Try to make him jump.
I think they're going to try and make him
He's
jump
lined up
and take
offside.
it away. If you snap that, is that a neutral zone / offside?
I have a bad angle here. Look at the
on your nose guard there, nose tackle.
Timeout, Valley.
So Coach Swenson uses his first timeout of the second half, which I think will tell us they are punting the ball.
Yeah, I think he's trying to get them to jump. They're really crouching the line there, and usually they're really amped up if there's only a yard to go, especially with Mason in the backfield. So we'll see them safely paying away. So if they do punt it, at best Waukee's going to get the ball probably in the 25, 30-yard line.
So once again, if this holds, Valley will head back to the Dome. Ankeny is heading back to the Dome. Centennial on their way to the Dome as well, up 35-14. Let's see if we can get one of the last score out of our Class 5A scoreboard.
The Cedar Falls Southeast Polk game.
Yeah, Southeast Polk was up last check 21-14 in the fourth quarter, which should not shock anyone that Central Iowa will be fully represented as they try to get guys to jump once again with a little motion and movement on the line. They're going to punt it away from Alvarenga. A flag on the play. Alvarenga sends it high and soaring deep into the sky, and that's going to bound down inside the 30 to the 26. 2:06 left to play. There is a flag in the backfield. Wondering if we've got an illegal formation.
Or, possibly a hold there. Pretty wide splits there, allowing them to come in. So we'll see what the official calls here. The back judge threw it.
Other Central Iowa teams really quick in action. Creston leading Webster City 43-27. Bondurant Ferrara has gone ahead of Glenwood 24-21. 4:21 left in that game. ADM up 21-18 late in the third at last check on Lewis Central. It's a great battle there. And North Polk up on Cedar Rapids Xavier 17-7 through 3/4 of play.
North Polk has had a nice season this year. They really put together a good team there.
Formation on the offense. The offense took eligible numbers in ineligible spots and shifted back. That is illegal. That's a 5-yard penalty being enforced within the punt. First down, Waukee.
So Waukee gets the ball and they get the yardage on the penalty.
So 5 yards, but clock runs off. That's why they're not taking a re-kick here, I'm sure. 2:06 left to play, 20-7. The Tigers leading the home team, the Waukee Warriors. 42-yard line, 32-yard line is where this drive will start for Waukee. They have to operate quickly. I'd expect Valley to stay back in coverage here as Baker lines up in the shotgun. Gamble to his right, 4 wide receivers. Baker, no real drop back, quick hitter out wide to his left. He's looking for his guy to get out of bounds there, but he does not. And I think that's JoJo Leahy, the senior. You'd like to see him take a step out of bounds there.
Yeah, he should have just cut it out and just taken the the 1 or 2 yards he was going to get.
1:45 left in this game. Baker out of the shotgun, dropping back once again, looking deep over the middle. That's a great catch and drop by Nimley. Almost hauled in a beautiful grab. And that will set up a 3rd and 6 for Waukee.
Yeah, Ryan DeBab, the junior, good tackle there. He was right on the receiver, did not let him bring the ball down, and secure it. So almost a big reception there. You also have McGregory playing center field. He's very athletic. He's playing deep single safety, going to the strong side of the formation, not letting anything get deep.
3rd and 6, 1:36 left to play. Baker handing it off to Gamble. Gamble has a little bit of running room, trying to fight through a few more tacklers. Gets up to the 39-yard line. Under 1:30 to play. And I think Waukee knows their fate at this point. They're not going to stop fighting, but they do understand what is happening here as we go to 1:22 and a timeout by Waukee on 4th and 3.
That's right. They had a timeout, to burn because of the incomplete pass previously.
Like some cramping on the field by one of the Valley Tigers players, so not a timeout by Waukee. Again, long game. Maybe a little, truthfully, at halftime when we stepped outside, Tim, it wasn't terrible outside, quite comfortable for a November night here in Central Iowa.
Exactly. It's going to be another nice weekend as we roll into the weekend. I know there's another big game up in Ames this weekend. The Jayhawks come to town, so I know that's an evening game, so they're lucky. It could be 10 degrees normally this time of year.
Now dial up the snowstorm in negative degrees when Texas comes to town, and I think Iowa State fans would have a field day. But here we are, Baker, 1:21, 4th and 3, goes to the out route. Nice pitching catch, easily caught by Andrews. He takes it up past the 45 to the 48, 49. The clock will stop as they reset chains. They're going to mark him at the 48. They're going to get a quick spike in here from Baker. Stop that clock at 1:12.
Yeah, smart move there because he didn't quite have the first down. He had been awful close, Andrews, so he took it upfield, got a few extra yards, ensured the first down. Now, if they can score, we're looking at, the onside kick possibility, but the first thing is they need to secure a touchdown here.
Baker in the shotgun once again, Gamble to his left, 4 wide. Prevent defense from Valley. Baker looking out to the boundary again. That's Andrews, gets both feet down. That's good in the NFL, certainly good in high school. And they're on the plus side of the 50.
He's about a foot short of the marker to see what they want to do. He's about half a yard short. The downs.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, downs are irrelevant right now because of the minute left in the game.
1 yard to go to move those sticks, but nice job getting out of bounds by Andrews. Baker once again in the shotgun. Looking for a quick pass. He's going to step up, get the sticks, and then some down inside the 40. You got to get back up for the spike and get that clock stopped as we're now at a minute left in this game.
Clock is stopped because the chains have not set.
Under a minute now, down to 57.6, and we get the spike for 2nd and 10. As you mentioned, does not matter what down. It is survive and advance the football at this point. So Baker taking the signal. No rush here. You have 30 seconds or so on that play clock. Baker in the shotgun. Dropping back. Looking a little deep. Rolls out left. Has a little room to work. Going to the sideline. Met immediately on that sideline. That is a wonderful tackle by Cam Cribbery. Nice job to keep the player in bounds. Clock going under 40. Here we go. 35, 34. Baker waiting to make the snap. Needs to get the snap off as we hit 30 seconds left on this one. Baker looking to the end zone. Heaves it up deep. Overthrows his man. He was looking out wide for Malachi Curvey.
Yeah, he was there. They're playing 2 deep safeties now, so anything to the end zone, you're throwing it practically into double coverage. But 4th and 7 here, see if they can do something. They need to get to the sideline and get another first down.
4th and 7, 25 seconds left. Christmas theme for the Valley Tigers student section, and they believe they have won. I think the scoreboard would confirm said score or said outcome here as the clock quickly approaches nothing. Baker for the end zone. Ball is knocked away, and that one will put this one to bed. Valley will take the ball over on downs. A great season for Waukee, but tonight the Tigers just found a way to win it. Special teams delivers. Jaden McGregory getting the game ball for sure tonight after that field goal blocked, return for a touchdown. But you cannot understate the job done by Drake DeGroot, Jaden Brown, Darius Mason, and of course Damon Head. All of them playing critical roles on offense. I think the entire defense for Valley, too, slowing down that Waukee offense that is so high-powered, says so much about where this Tigers team has come. After going 4-5 in the regular season, they moved to 6-5. Records do not matter at this point. The Tigers heading to the Dome. Gary Swenson, win number 398, and the Tigers will await their fate as they hit the turf indoors next week with that win. 20-7, your final as the clock strikes nothing. A big win for the Tigers.
Yes, Stefan, the seniors stepped up that had to play there, but both teams have young teams. We've seen a lot of juniors playing tonight, sophomores coming in, so look for both these teams to be in the hunt coming back next year. But a valiant effort by Waukee, just a couple big plays, turning Valley's favor, and they put the nail in the coffin second half.
20-7, your final. The Valley Tigers heading to the Unidome next week for the state semifinals in Class 5A. They top Waukee once again, 20-7, the final here on CISN.
When you go home, you'll feel good about what you did, and you're doing it for the kids. If they don't have us, they don't have these games.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if this year is anything like last year, folks are going to be coming in early to get things for their houses. What you need is a high-efficient gas insert from Heat & Glow. Come in now and beat the rush, and Heat & Glow will help you out with some special promotions on gas inserts. We'll be doing up to $200 off on our gas metal inserts to retrofit into your drafty old wood fireplace. Come early, beat the rush. Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
Back inside of Waukee Stadium as both teams will watch on for the trophy presentation as Waukee takes their trophy for being a postseason participant. Certainly not the ending that Gabe Baker wanted for his Waukee team. A lot of solid seniors, but a bright future ahead. Think of how far this Waukee team has come in the last 3 years, Tim. And since the split, Northwest has held the edge over them. This year, though, Waukee has changed the script.
Yeah, usually when you see those splits that the talent in the town kind of splits in half. It takes a while for you to build up, but he's really put together a solid team here. I feel for seniors because we've been seniors playing our last game, and then all of a sudden it comes way too quick. You had a great week of practice. These are your best friends out there.
Yep.
So hats off to these guys. They played a great season. And, it's always, and really only one team is happy at the end of the football season.
And this might be a Waukee team that might have been actually a year ahead of schedule when you look at Grant Gamble only being a junior. You've got Baker as the quarterback, only a sophomore. I'm sure they'll have some pieces back on that offensive line. Lose some wide receivers, but again, a ton of respect for what Waukee did this year. But you cannot understate the job that Gary Swenson has done and how he has his team prepared in the postseason to go and win on the road, not just tonight, but last week at Pleasant Valley to even get to this point.
Yeah, they had to win out, and then they also had to have some help out there. They upset an Ankeny team that's going to the Dome. It was a critical win in Week 8 to have to give themselves a chance to get to this point, have a 4-win season. So they did a good job. They did what was in front of them. They had a couple big plays, made a big play, and then they just controlled the second half and didn't let Waukee breathe to get back in the game.
And you love to see that right there, the Valley team going through the student section to celebrate this win. Another road win for them, 20-7 the final. And from what we see with the current scoreboard, if Southeast Polk holds on against Cedar Falls, that game at 21-14 currently, or last check, midway through the fourth quarter, Southeast Polk wins that game. I'd suspect they play Valley because Ankeny will likely face Centennial. Valley, the lowest seed remaining in Class 5A. And boy, would that be a fun battle next week.
Yeah, they were number 14 in the RPI coming in here, so they've been the lowest seed. So that would more likely be a rematch. I think of Week 1 was Southeast Polk and Valley, so I think that was going to be we may see that. So hang on, the Dome's going to be very exciting in the next couple of weeks.
No Dowling at the Dome either. Centennial versus Ankeny High is likely to happen next week in the Dome as well in Class 5A. What a ride it's been all season long here on CISN from week 1 to week, what do we call this one, 11, 12, something like that. It feels like it's been 30 at times, but hey, it's been a fun season. Couldn't have asked for better weather to wrap things up tonight. For CISN, I mean, it's been a great run as well. Plenty of action across the board for us, and certainly been a fun night with you, Tim.
Yeah, thanks, John. Once again, it's great to do this. All of a sudden, the season's over so quickly. My wife's going to what are you doing home on Fridays after this?
Exactly. The kids are going to wonder why I'm home reading bedtime stories next week, but I'll take it. 20-7 the final. The Valley Tigers heading back to the Dome. Waukee heads home for the season. We'll see them again in 2024. That'll do it for Tim Haber. I'm John Schaefer. Thanks for joining us tonight on CISN. Big shout out to the CISN crew tonight, running tonight's game and across the state. Have a great one. We'll see you at the Dome.